Turn some ice in his.
As you should.
And see, that's somebody that gave up music to take care of his kids.
Man,
Well,
come on.
Everybody not out here slumming.
Come on.
That was hard though, bro. That was hard.
So,
We are officially live.
We need to get that again, though.
Yo.
30
That was
seconds.
nice.
that was really good. I'm low. I don't know if my mic is up over there. If y'all can hear me. Everybody
No, we can
cool?
hear you. You
Okay,
good.
well,
Mic
cool.
check.
I don't need to hear myself.
Listen, when they don't hear you, they'll let you know. Oh, we can't hear such and such.
Oh.
They let us know.
Oh, yeah?
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Me, I'm straight.
Beacon.
Radio.
That's my little nephew, man. He do beats, man. He been.
Oh, he
Hey,
came out with that
hey,
beat right there?
He working a little
That's that
bit.
beat right there?
As you
Everybody,
should.
everybody, this is Beacon Radio coming at you live. This is the brothers. This is Brother Kaz. I'm in the studio with Dr. Feelgood.
Look at this shit.
Disrespect.
Wow.
Man, I see Mr. Gravy having technical difficulties
difficulty.
already.
Right before
Somebody
I was
calling right in the middle
Right
of the show.
before I was,
I'm trying
and
to-
Mr. Gravy is in the house.
Yeah, how you guys doing? I'm trying to since then they calling me back, so let me answer. This must be important. It's probably somebody else.
Or not.
And we got two special
Hello.
guests in the house. We got producer
Who that?
extraordinary, hip hop artist extraordinary. Been knowing this guy a long
Oh,
time.
yeah, I don't got the
Jado.
number
Jado
right
in the
here.
house. Say
I got
hello
the
to the
number.
people.
I'm
Pull
on-
down.
on the show.
There you go. Lucky you. I'm here. Here to exchange some information, and I'll be going by Dr. Trill for the rest of the evening.
Uh-oh.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's what we talking about.
Uh-oh. Dr. Trill.
Dr. Trill.
Dr. Trill is real.
Oh, it's real.
Man,
And holding on to the blue mic, our other guest,
Yeah.
R&B sensation. Y'all didn't get a chance to hear him because he made a decision. We're gonna
As
talk
he
about that
should.
decision.
Uh-oh.
But he's fired.
wait,
Ro is in the house.
Ro is in the house.
Wait, hold on, because I don't even like that.
Uh-oh.
Ro was in the house, but you said they didn't get a chance to hear him.
They didn't get a chance to hear him.
I don't understand that. Why not?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh!
Why
Okay,
not?
So if that's the case, not only do we gotta get a freestyle, we gotta get a freestyle with a hook. You gotta let them know you gotta put the hook.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro.
Love.
Bro.
Yo. These fathers are raising. These kids are amazing.
Yeah.
They get child support. Go to work, now they slaves. And
Whoa.
they call in the show.
Yeah.
And we give them the dough.
Give it.
About to let y'all know.
Let them all know.
Ro come with the flow. Look, first you get your money.
Get it.
Then you document the evidence. And when you go to court, you gotta document your resident.
Yeah.
Let them know you love your kids.
Let them know.
So you can get the first bid.
Let them know.
And when you get visitation,
Let them know.
yeah, you can do what I did.
Damn.
Got my kids on a regular schedule. I'm better than a lot of these fathers out here. So tonight I'm gonna give you the medicine. I'm up here with D and Jado,
Damn.
Cass and Beacon the radio. We about to give you the flow.
Yeah.
Listen up, here we go.
Little brother, baby. Little brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Man, y'all heard it right there, live and
Yeah.
full effect, straight off the dome. Man, and we gonna get into this topic. This here topic is fathers overcoming obstacles.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Overcoming obstacles to have relationships with their children.
Oh yeah.
Brother Dude, Mr. Gravy, we
Yes,
haven't
sir.
heard from you this evening. Talk to us, brother.
My apologies. I just want to welcome my brothers, my family. These guys are my family, man. I've been knowing these guys since they were young teenagers right here.
True.
My boy Jado and my boy Ro over there. And they are exceptional fathers. Exceptional. When I say exceptional, man, I'm just tired of
Thank you.
brothers getting a bad rap for fatherhood. And I just had to, we had to come up with a topic to clear some stuff up and clear the air. So it's about to go down, y'all.
Respect.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you a long time of waiting, but we've been plotting on y'all for about a week or two. And we now here. We got Cass. Brother Cass is back in the house. He's off the road for a day. One more to wake up, and he back on the road.
Okay.
So we're going to get up into this. Now, there's a brother up in here, and he been down, well, probably everybody. We all done been down the same road. But this particular brother was kicking so much good game.
Damn.
I mean, a game. What did you say, Dr. Thrill?
Dr.
Dr.
Trill.
Trill.
See, you got Dr. Trill up in the
Dr.
house,
Trill.
and then you got Dr. Feel Good up in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and everything we say you ain't gonna like, but we gonna give it to you raw and uncut.
That's right.
Hey,
Brother, kick some of that knowledge that you was talking about.
so we was talking about it was interesting that Lionel Richie came up. I don't know if my mic is on. Let's make sure my mic. One,
Oh, we can
two,
hear
check. You can hear me? Everybody
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lionel Richie came up and they was talking about how he's paying. What y'all say? 30,000.
No, 300.
300,000.
Lionel Richie,
And
long face ass paying 300,000.
And alimony and
Wow.
child support.
That dude look like a horse to me. My bad. I just like I had to throw that in there, man.
Hey, he probably looked like, but I tell you what else he looked like. A whole bag of money.
Oh man.
A whole bag, not just a little bit of it.
The whole bag.
And the crazy thing is, I would have to, I'm guesstimating, but if you get caught on that amount of money that you got to pay every year or every month, every week, every whatever your
man.
time is, right?
Yeah.
That means everything, all the businesses have to be in your name. It can't be, he cannot be under a fictitious business like S Corp or LLC or anything because Lionel is being charged $300,000. If he had a LLC,
Right.
an S Corp, in which those companies were making all the money and he worked for his own company, he
They
could
can't-
be. He can't.
They can't touch
They
it, right?
can't find it. They can't legally come after your company that you
Wow,
work for and
wow.
say, "Yo, the company needs to pay us $300,000."
Right.
But since Lionel and he has put his social security number and his name on these things, and that's where the money's coming from. Oh yeah, well then you on the hook, no problem. You
So
know,
wow.
when is he gonna switch that up?
it's too late.
It's too late?
already once the gavel is hit.
Right.
He's
already
done.
exposed.
So he
Now,
gonna have to he
300,000.
gonna have to do like Tupac and fake his death or
He
something,
can,
right?
no, he
Nah,
can.
he
What he
just
can do
can't.
is take all that out of his name,
Yeah.
but that does not mean that the judge has to honor it.
Right.
Okay.
So that is going to put you. You now have to fight it, which is going to cost you
Oh, yeah.
money.
But that was
So-
years ago.
Yeah.
That was like
Gotcha.
10,
At
15
this point-
years ago.
And he might as well. Yeah, his daughter almost 18,
Yeah,
19.
he-
But
Oh,
he
he
still
cool
he got
now.
the rears on him, so
and he's still.
Well,
but
he-
that's when you see a brother on the stage over 60.
Right.
You gotta know. Those, those bills are still
Bills
hitting.
is packed.
Them bills are still hitting. And I seen Mr. Biggs, Ron Isley, come out on the stage on the cane and stand in one spot
Right,
for
right.
the whole night,
No,
never
no, no.
moved, held his cane,
Larry Blackman.
bruh.
held his cane.
You
down.
know what? It costs. This life costs, and the money's gonna go.
Wow.
You can't hold it.
Man.
They gonna take it or you gotta spend it. Therefore, you gotta keep working.
Damn.
That's why you see 70-year-old artists on the road.
70
Anywho, let's continue to talk about some more father stuff.
Yes.
Where would y'all like to go?
Man.
So I see you and your son
Damn right. In the lobby right now.
all the time.
True.
all the time.
Father is always there for his child, for his
True.
little man.
True.
Was it a bumpy road or it was a smooth road for you? I want
Uh,
to know because you know.
So it was a bumpy road for me. I think it was a bumpy road for all single fathers, but for me, my road was a little different. I'm gonna give y'all 3 steps to make sure that you can continue to have a good relationship with your kid without the consistent
Drama?
well, it's gonna be drama, but it's not gonna be the drama that is supposedly known, like that comes along with being a baby daddy, a baby father. You know what I'm saying? There's some kind of drama that has a rap sheet that people imagine comes with. Oh, I can't fuck with no baby daddies. The girls be thinking whatever. So first step, I'm gonna give you the 3 step. The first step is you cannot fuck your baby mama. Can we curse on this?
Hell yeah.
Okay, great.
The brothers.
Number 1,
Number one.
you cannot fuck your baby mama at no time. Carter is 8 years old, and I've only fucked this mama 0 times since he was born.
Wow.
Whoa.
Since
Yep.
born?
Since he was born.
So that
Since the
eliminates-
day he was conceived.
So
Wow.
that eliminates all emotion in the situation.
The emotion, no,
New
it's
emotion.
Damn, you
the
good,
emotion
man.
still took 3
You good.
years after that, bro.
Hold on.
It still took.
LD.
Yeah, but
Mr. Grapes.
man, I got 4 back. Man, I was dipping, man.
Oh,
I was dipping it. You know how you used to dip the pickle in the Kool-Aid and shit?
Hell no.
I was dipping like a motherfucker. I was dipping. Jado, you good, man? Cause
Bro.
Zero time.
I ain't doing it no more though. No more. 'Cause
respect,
my kids is grown.
as they
Shit.
should.
Kool-Aid off your baby mama?
Huh?
You said you used to drink Kool-Aid off your baby mama?
Oh man, man, that's number one.
And what's number 2, man?
Number
One.
2. See, first,
So, wait. So no time,
at
not
no
ever.
point, never,
Damn, you good for that.
never,
man. Shit.
Man.
because
bless
you have to, you got to make a choice within yourself first. So if you've made a choice that you are going to be happy or whatever the reason is that you're not going to be with the mom,
Right.
after you make that choice, she's going off of your lead. You the guy, you the man.
Yeah.
So if you say, "Oh man, I ain't doing shit," come through the crib,
Right.
she gonna come through.
Exactly.
She want fairy tale family too.
Right.
So the game you selling,
Right.
she's definitely buying. And unless you tell her there's no time, ain't no way I'm gonna smash you. Ain't no way we gonna hang out. We ain't going to lunch.
This
None
cold
of that.
turkey. Cut the pussy
Cold
off.
you got
Cut
to.
the pussy
you know
off
what?
cold
You know
You
turkey.
know, but here's the thing. I'm 8 years in, and I ain't never seen a child support court.
Wow.
Never touched the
Y'all
court.
got
Y'all got a real friendship.
shit.
What?
Okay, cause I be seeing y'all in the pictures, man. I be like,
We
they,
cool.
they back together.
Nah,
You
ain't
seen
no
that
back
I be seeing
together.
Like, they back together.
No sir.
Remember I had to slide in your DM?
Yeah, you like,
how
bro.
do it?
I told you how to do it.
But you know what though?
Hey,
I
the
think-
friendship is a good thing, man. We can do that,
But you
man.
can't do a
It
friendship unless you
Don't
be
hit it.
friendly
I don't
and
know.
stop trying to smash.
But I think it depends. Like if you a fan of your baby mother, some people they really jocking the girl, and they'll get her trapped. They get her trapped in a situation, like get her pregnant on purpose, and then when they're no longer
Who
together,
does that?
Oh, it's some
they
niggas out here. It's niggas
That's
out
what
here.
I'm saying. Depending on the nature of your
Mm.
relationship.
Oh yeah.
So if you one of them dudes that was like really jocking the girl real hard, and y'all had a baby, and she really don't want you like that, now you're just a baby daddy. You're gonna try to keep pursuing that every chance you get, every birthday, every holiday, every opportunity you get. So I think it depends on where you were in that pursuit of that relationship.
It
I was
can.
not
Like he
thinking
may have been an
nowhere
alpha
near
male.
like
You an
that.
alpha male, Jay?
I was an alpha male in the situation, but
So you
see,
gotta
here's
be
the
an alpha male.
situation. Here's the
What's the
situation.
situation?
Me and his mama was doing long distance dating.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
She moved out here after we had done long distance dating for like I don't know, 5, 6, 7 months. Moved to LA. Found her a little spot. I found her a spot.
Wow.
Got her the spot. We was cool. Everything was straight. And then she got pregnant. But she got pregnant once we had already decided to. Well, I had decided there's no time.
Wow.
Moved on. The crazy thing about time is I don't got nothing for this.
Wow.
Can't do it. So I was out of here, and then after I made my decision, I made a real decision. I ain't make a
dealing with
decision. I didn't say it just to say it. I was like, oh, once I left, I was gone. I ain't no just conversation.
Yeah.
So once you have that conversation with yourself, and it was true and honest with yourself, nigga, ain't no time for this, man. What you talking about? It's all, hey, you the real Ro. Right
Man.
here in front of you. Ben, I ain't got no what you thought this was. I'm
Right.
coming to see you. Fuck, I'm seeing a whole lot of shit. I'm busy.
Man.
Even
Right.
if you at home, she got to feel like,
Right.
oh, no.
But I think you were a confident man, though.
You too. Listen, bro. All you.
Bro
Hey,
said
here's
he
the,
wanna-
here's the crazy
He was
shit.
confident man.
You're not trying to get a motherfucker pregnant on purpose, was you?
Nah, I wasn't trying to.
I
That wasn't
did
you,
this
was it?
on
That
purpose.
wasn't you,
that-
right?
See, here's the
I just
difference.
want to make
though.
sure.
See, Jado
Shit.
got a special situation. Dr. Trill got a special situation.
Truth.
You know, he had some good foundation. You know, a lot of us, we don't really have that good solid foundation. We have circumstances, and then we have commonalities, and we mistaken those for principles, morals, and values. So instead of me looking for somebody who have the same or similar principle, morals, and values, I'm out here like, oh, she like movies like me, or she been through a circumstance that I've been through. So now we got those things which are temporary things, because you outgrow those things. But you don't
Man.
outgrow principle, values, and morals.
Nah, bro. I was on the same thing. That's how I
Right.
ended up with Carter Mama.
Uh-oh.
And she was
circumstances and
it was just
commonalities?
like, oh, commonalities and
Exactly.
circumstances. But what changed
Right.
was me, not the situations,
You grew.
not what I looked for, not
Right.
her. I changed, and she had no choice but to change
Right.
because it was like what she knew. But Carter was on purpose. We do like what we was doing.
Right.
We did that on purpose. And
Y'all took
We
Jimmy
thought-
off on purpose.
what? everything and shot the whole club on purpose. Everything in this club is going to lay down.
Sound effect. We ain't got the shotgun.
We ain't got no shotgun
I'm trying
sound,
to get all
bro.
these mics in.
I ain't walk out of that club with a scratch on me, but everybody else in there had to lay down.
Man. Serial dad.
Man, what? I knew it. It was not no accident.
So listen, that was number 2. What's number 3?
Ooh, number
What's
three.
Uh-oh.
Keep all your receipts. Buy everything
hell yeah.
cash
Whoa.
or on your card,
whoa.
and make sure don't you pay for no daycare.
Right.
Don't you pay for no milk, Similac. Don't pay for nothing
That's-
that
you
you
can
ain't
prove
got
it.
no receipt.
That's my number one.
Nigga, what?
That's my number one.
Oh, because they gon' listen, bro. If you ever end up, because they gonna
Right.
threaten you. I've been threatened with child
Right,
support
yeah.
a million times. Cool. I'm ready. I'm prepared for this. I got everything. Still
Everything.
everything, and we 8 years in, bro. I only got 10 years left, and I still got a receipts from 2011, 2012.
Fellas, y'all listening to that? Keep
I'm trying to tell you,
every
keep 'em
receipt.
all, because ain't nothing guaranteed. This person
What,
is
so what a
temperament-
receipt said in the shoebox and
Bruh.
a big ass bag and
In my
what,
ba-
what
in
we
my,
at?
in
Man,
my,
he can't reveal that. She might
yeah,
stalk
she
on
might
him.
hear me and go in there and take it and burn that whole thing up. Nah, bro, you keep all them receipts.
Now that's facts right there.
That's-
That's what they say now. Facts, right?
Yeah,
Fact.
that's
That's
facts,
facts.
bro.
Yeah, facts.
You go in there, you keep your receipts.
The OG.
Make sure you cover yourself.
But you know what though? I tried that. Gather all the receipts,
Mm-hmm.
put them all in a Ziploc bag, make sure the moths can't get in and eat them up. I went to court. They don't want to honor it because normally when they file child support July 31st, the judge is only concerned about the whatever the expenses that you spent since you were reported out of the home. So a lot of women, you guys break up in 2015 and y'all get into it 2018, you move up. So they want to use that 2015 date. Like, oh, he left the house 2015.
See,
So the
yours
judge-
is different, bro.
Yeah, that's a special
See, you was
situation.
in the house. I was never in the house.
But you know what?
You got a special situation.
My
He got a
situation
very
is
special
different.
situation.
Yours, y'all
a homemaker.
Y'all jumped in and had a whole life
Man,
together.
you
Y'all
know
had a
what?
home
Now
together.
let me
You know
hold
what?
on before you answer. Let me ask you a question. The time period you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
Right.
is that pre-deal or is that post-deal?
Oh no, that's pre-deal.
So
And
all that-
post-deal is when I learned all that stuff that I was talking about Lionel Richie.
Oh,
It's like I'm like, okay, I need to work for myself. If I'm gonna do this
Right.
and make sure that I can't get hit, I'm gonna like James. My real name, I don't make no money. James
Right.
don't make nothing.
exactly.
You be like, James just worked for me.
James
And
go get the
he
EBT.
worked for the company. And I'll be like,
James.
bro, I don't have nothing in my name. My cell phone ain't in my name. My car ain't in my name. My house, nothing is in my name. I don't make enough money to sustain none of that. But my company
Right.
makes all the money, and then I can go to the company and I can write off way more than James
Exactly.
could ever write off
Wow.
for his first off. And then secondly, you can't get hit. You can't. They be like, "Yo, I'm taking you to court." You be like, "Cool, I don't got nothing."
Man.
Cool, you can take me to court. You
Man.
can't prove that I make no money. You be like, "Oh, he got a car." Be like, "My company got a car."
Exactly.
Oh, he got a house. My company got a house. I don't have nothing. I just live there,
I like that.
Well, see, I concur.
and it's
See,
completely legal.
I learned the hard way, and
Judge
so
don't care about receipts.
like I said, everything is under the business.
Respect.
See, so what I did was a little bit different. I put it under the corporation, and the corporation is now under a trust. It takes them 30, 40 years to crack that trust and find out who owned that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys got to understand, courts are evolving.
Oh yeah.
Courts
But
are
it doesn't make a
evolving.
difference. This is business.
Yeah, you right.
They can't go against the Constitution, my brother. At the end of the day, this is your law. I'm just going by what your law say.
Right.
You laid this out. The thing is, they put it in something we not supposed to do.
We ain't
They
supposed
put it in
to-
a book
we-
and we read it.
Oh,
Yeah, we ain't supposed to know it.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
now that we know it and we sharing information right here,
Exactly.
Right.
brother. On the brothers,
Right.
brother.
Brother.
Wow.
Man, this is game that you can get for free and you can do it all. And at the end of the day, you
Right.
can't get hit.
And can we reiterate the three?
Absolutely.
Just
Number one,
Number
do
one.
not smash your baby
Do not,
mama.
under
That
no
can't come.
circumstances.
That can't come up in court, and that can be a reason
Oh yeah.
that you will get hit.
Wow.
When they be
Oh, you
like,
got still sexually
what?
involved, you got still romantic
Yo,
involved.
he's
You
been
right.
selling me the dream. We just had this last week.
Wow.
Nigga, the judge is usually a woman, and she's going to
smash.
hit your ass for that.
She
ain't try-
attorney, definitely.
What? They ain't trying to hit you. They ain't trying to hear that shit. What are you talking about?
Right.
I don't think I even did number 2 because we skipped to number 3. So number 3
Uh-oh.
was keep your receipts. Don't lose nothing. Don't you
Which is
forget.
my number one. That's
Number,
my
Yeah, exactly.
don't you ever. And number 2, you gotta actually. Here's the thing. A lot of people's number 1. You gotta actually have a relationship with the kid.
Oh, man, come on.
You
man.
cannot
You got to.
walk in the court trying to sell a
Some
relationship.
visitation, yeah.
What?
I seen
And
them
you only
Saturday.
show up on Saturday once a month.
Come on.
Hey,
And
they gonna
basi-
find out.
Right, and what are you saying is basically you got to have culture. You got to have a
gotta
culture.
have-
you know,
gotta-
with your kids. Because the judge asked me that. Like, what is the culture in your household? And a lot of people don't really understand that. You know, they're more familiar with, you know, if your kids are having issues, are they comfortable enough to come talk to you about it? You know, when was the last time you had to redirect your child or for something they was feeling emotionally that didn't involve you?
Respect.
How did you do it? You know, so these are a lot of things that are very important. These are
Yeah.
things that I was asked that was a shocker. Like, wow, you know what? Hey, kids, draw a picture. Can you draw a picture of your family going out? And they looking at who's in the picture. They want the kids to describe.
Yeah.
Like, who's
Right,
in that picture?
right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're not there. Why?
Yeah, why
Then they
he-
get in there and they say, all right, cool. What do you guys eat all month? Draw a list of what everybody's favorite meal is. And you sitting there and you talking, and you don't really pay attention to the culture in your household, like whether or not you guys dine together on Tuesday nights, whether you guys are going
Right.
to movies, libraries, you
Right.
sit down and talk to them while you're eating, or you guys doing homework together,
Right,
you guys
right.
fellowship and have any type of, you know, spiritual connections.
Right.
And the people don't really pay attention to the kids that much because work. You know what I mean? And that's another thing, you know, when you have them circumstantial kids. And whatever you do for 21 days is
It's
law.
become a-
It's a
listen.
habit. And if you
Right.
haven't done anything, and a lot of guys, they fall under that rule of thumb because, you know, if you're married and you separate, by law, you guys both have joint custody.
Right.
All right, so we got a caller.
coming in.
Uh-oh.
Disrespect. Come on in.
Okay.
Hello, caller, you on the air.
Is-
The more
can-
you see your
is
kids-
caller-
Caller, can you hear us? You on the air?
Yeah. I don't really know the full topic of the subject tonight. I know it's something to do with fathers and their kids. You know, I was trying to watch it live so I can go along with it as I commented or share my opinion. You know, but I wanted to really make sure I played a part in this tonight. You know what I mean? Since I got a chance.
So
My name Dre.
Dre, nice to meet you, brother. The topic is fathers overcoming obstacles to have relationships with their children.
Yeah. I can relate to that. You know, because you know I got to go through a lot just to make sure I'm there in my daughter's life. You know, right now I'm working to get a place for me and my daughter, and the obstacles I got to overcome is the miscellaneous situations that her mother put me in because she know that we ain't together, you know, and she doing what she doing and I'm doing what I'm doing. I ain't out here fucking off my life no more, you know, and I be there for my daughter. And to be honest, I'm the only father out of all her kids' fathers that's there for they child. You know, I look out for the other ones as much as I can, but you know, I try to be there in my daughter's life as much as possible because I grew up without an actual full-time father figure. I had a stepfather, you know, and
Right.
my child mother do stuff like she know I'm coming to get her. She'd take her somewhere and like
Oh, wow.
turn her phone off so while I'm calling, I'm trying to reach it and it's forward in the voicemail and shit, and I won't find out where they at until hours later when they already somewhere else. And she'd have known I was coming to get her, you know, to spend time with her, and it pisses me off, but at the same time I can't let my emotions overpower my intelligence, you know, because it's a cold world out here. I'm in a situation where all the motherfucker got to do is lie on me, and I'm fighting my three, and you know, and looking at all day. So I try to keep my head to the sky and my feet planted, man, and do whatever I can do and make sure my daughter know that I love her and that I'm there for her if ever she needs me, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, okay, Dre, this is Brother Cass. I just got a question for you. You made a statement. You had said, you made a statement that alluded me to think that you're having problems now because of your past. Your past is, you're still like in the shadow of your past. It's like you either weren't there for whatever reason, or whether you was locked down or whatever, and now that you're trying to make a play to get back in their lives, you have the mother or whoever putting obstacles in the way that's making that even harder. You want to comment on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, when my daughter first was born, you know, I got to see her like probably the first year and a half of her being an infant, and then I had to go on a vacation for 7 years with 85, you know, and that was the beginning of her life. That's when the good years was in, you know, so she didn't get to see me at all around that time. I did as much as I can do from the inside, you feel me, which she wasn't much help. He didn't make sure the connection was there or nothing. That was left up to my auntie and my mother, you know. And it got so bad to the point where I felt like she was neglecting my daughter, you feel me? Because my auntie had to go and get her, and she stayed with my auntie for about 3.5 or 4 of them years while I was locked down. So when I came home, you know, it still was a good family presence in her life. But for the most part, you know, it all been me all the way uphill, all the way down here. It's just been me making sure that the self-morals, the self-respect, and the proper guidance is put there, you know. And it ain't easy, but I'm doing what I can do. This is my first child, about to be my first teenager. She's about to turn 12 October 1st, you know, and I love her to death, man. And without her, I wouldn't be the man I am today, you know. I'd probably be dead or really gone for life, you know.
That's right, Cuzzo. That's right.
Well, you know,
I'm a witness to that.
Allow me to say
My
this
cousin,
to you,
yo.
brother.
Man.
What you doing? First of all, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice. I know it make you angry. It make you feel like in a mental state. Your mindset is like, I want to kill this whoopty wop whoop wop wop wop. But you don't know it, but everybody else can see it, especially when you walk into a courtroom.
Right.
You was finna go in, Dr. Trio. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, what I was about to say is the first thing you got to work on, like, and you don't have to, but the first thing I would suggest to you is your self.
Absolutely.
Hello?
You hear me? You hear me? 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
I can hear
respect.
you
So
now.
the first thing you got to work on is yourself. I was saying that you don't have to, but it will behoove you. Now, when you work on yourself,
You said work on the crack?
No, on yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that means when he said, even all the way down to when he says, I know it make you want to kill. Can't nobody make you nothing.
Right.
You choose before you walk into her anywhere. That's why I address my kid's mom as Carter's mama. Her only choice in my life is to be the mother.
Right.
And the issue was when I was being made mad at being made, it's because I had expectations of her. I don't have no expectations of her. I have so many expectations for myself
Right.
that it don't matter what she do.
Right.
She can do whatever she want with her time. And if she's trying to paint me out to be the bad guy, she know I'm coming to get him, and she take off whatever.
Right.
Cool. I do so much great shit with my time that, Brady, if you're spending your time to try to inflict pain or do something that somehow moves my time,
Right.
it only is gonna come back on you. It
Absolutely.
makes your time look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. When you working so hard on yourself and really becoming incredible father,
Right.
all this stuff doesn't affect you as much because you know you're confident in who you are and what you're presenting to your daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just in the world and life in general. When we are really presenting ourselves as good as we can, as best as we can, everybody moving outside ain't no blame. It's always you.
Absolutely.
That's why ain't
Absolutely.
no.
That's the way
Think-
everything fall back on you.
Everything come back on you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. You can't blame
Right.
nobody in court.
Yeah.
You can't blame nobody when you such.
Yeah.
I know when you done seen the inside the walls. You can't blame none of these niggas. These niggas don't even catch your call, bruh. Nigga, I can't blame nobody when I'm on the block. When niggas
that's
came and
solid.
pushed up on me, I can't say, well, this nigga told me. They don't get no fucks.
Right.
It's the same.
Right,
It's
but-
the same with this family shit, bro.
But we have to understand that it is everybody's not there.
Right.
That's
And before
the thing.
you can get there, you have to deal with your anger, which deals with self first. Because I'm speaking of firsthand. 5, 6, 7 years. Every time I walk in the courtroom, I hate being in the courtroom. I hate her. I hated everything about it. And until this is my beliefs, until I made it comfortable between me and God, did I not go up in there. And the judge, I had a wood, man.
Respect.
He was notorious on me. I was in school getting my degree. He was like, "Oh no, you got to get out of school. You got to go and find a job. We're gonna lock you up." And I was like, "You gonna have to lock me up because I'm not gonna stop going for my degree to satisfy this." You know what I mean?
Respect.
And so
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, we're gonna keep the 1,500 there." But when I got over that anger, I began to work on myself, bro. I began to self-assess. I always find reason to find out what I did and why I did it, and could I done it different and or better.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Even when I do something right and it's a terrible situation,
Right.
I still find fault on myself because I could have done something different and or better. And so that's what Dr. Trill is saying. You know, as a man, we have to take on that responsibility of being responsible, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But it starts with self-assess, and there's a law that they have. It's not a law, but when you go to court, the judge is going to ask, how often do you see the kid? Based on how often you see that kid, that's based on how much money they finna tax on.
Absolutely.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
That's
feel
so
you
real.
thinking.
Listen, bro.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the sense that I don't have to deal with no court. You know,
Man, that's
I do give her props on her side where I don't have to deal with no courtroom. She don't neglect me from seeing my daughter like that. It seems like she gets jealous at times that my daughter is starting to enjoy spending time with me, and she be wanting to be with me more now. You know, and see, my daughter want to come live with me. I'm looking for a place right now. You know, trying to get a place. I barely got to build my credit or work on my credit because I was young. I went to prison when I was young. I'm only 35 right now, so I'm still young. But that was my grind years right there, where I was supposed to be in school. I was supposed to be doing the main shit. So my anger don't necessarily come from her. I don't let her get me angry because I know that's a bad move for me. But my anger comes from me knowing where I could be in life and where I should be in life and where I'm at right now. You know, because I know my potential and my talent is far more advanced than my situation that I'm in right now. And I changed a lot of things about my life. I go to church right now. I've been working on myself every day. I'm trying to kill the flesh in me so the spiritual me can live and be stronger, you know, and I make sure my daughter see that. It's confusing to her because she don't know the me that everybody tell her about, but she see the me now.
Right.
You know, and it don't add up with what they tell her about me, you know, and my child's mother even see that. She see the change and she see the difference, and sometimes she give me compliments and stuff, and then sometimes she might be full of the bottle and be tripping, chilling with her friends, or just putting on that show and try to make it seem like I think I'm better than them or better than her, or, you know, because I'm being a good father. I'm trying to be a responsible father, you know, and it's not. I think more men should be more responsible to their kids and being their kids, like, you feel me? So I push for that. I just thank God that I'm able to be a part of my child's life. And when she take them days and them hours from me, it bothers me, but I find something else to do, and I just make sure that I get in contact with my daughter when I can and let her know, hey, we gonna make it up next time. You know, we'll do something together when we get together. You know, and she know and she love me. I know she love me, and I know she know who I am. And that's what just keep me going right there, you know, and I put God first, and then the next thing is my daughter. That's all I'm worried about. You feel me? My health, my mental, you know what I mean, and my mental, my health, and my physical state, you feel me? I got to make sure that I'm in shape and make sure that my mind in the right place, man, and then next, my financial, you know. I was letting it stress me out. Sometimes I go to the barbershop, I talk to my barber and let him know, you know, what I'm going through, try to vent that way to get it out, because women will set you up, man. They'll push them buttons until you self-destruct. And I don't know why it's like that, but that's how it be on my end, you know, and I've been doing good right now.
That's always a
Keep
self-reflection.
on going.
I wanted to ask, how often do you see your daughter, man?
I see my daughter about 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, okay. So you got to get you a monthly planner, and you got to document that, you know, because the courts, even if you have to go to court, you know, it's all hearsay. If you don't have anything that you're proving, then, you know, all that can be swept under the rug. Like, he don't see her at all. So
I can't hear you that good. The one that's speaking right now.
Okay, I said you got to get you a monthly planner,
Can you hear him? Try to speak
Can you hear
on
me
top
now?
of him. Yeah, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you said I got to
Yeah.
get me a monthly
Yeah,
plan?
get you a monthly planner and document it. You can just put a D for daughter or a K for kid or a C for child, whatever. You know, these the days you have her. Just see, you know, and you want to keep that. You know, that right there is going to be your ledger. You know, you can have that with you. One thing I want to advise you to do is maybe get into some of those self-help groups. You know, the community colleges have them for free. You know, they call personal development classes up there. Or you can go through the Department of Social Services, and you can get you some counseling for yourself. And all those things are
Got another
documented,
call.
and they'll help you out if you ever have to go to court. You know, because if you're dealing with any self-improvement, things like that, you know, the court will honor that. They'll see that. You know, and
Hold on a second. We got another
Hold
call.
on, bro.
Hello, caller, you on the air?
1 2 1 2. Caller.
1 2.
We missed that one.
Yeah.
They'll call back.
2.
Respect.
All
That
right,
was
go ahead,
awesome.
brother. As you was go ahead and finish your statement, man.
That was some good shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because those are one of the things that help me document things.
Right.
You know, because you can get in there, and it's like we've had this establishment for the past 3 years. Okay, well, how come you guys didn't get anything notarized? How come you don't have anything that you
Ooh, I
can kind
got
of
all of
look back at? And you know,
Pull
and
up
you,
on a
if you
notary,
come with
bro.
your, if you come in there with your
Cuz,
monthly planners, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up with it? Yeah.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Can you take down that information for me? Because I can't really hear him clear, but I do want to get that information that he's saying so I can
yeah.
pursue that.
Oh,
Because
yeah, definitely.
I spend about 3 or 4 days a week with her due to the fact that she go to school and she stay with her mom
Okay.
because she go to school, and I don't feel comfortable with her staying with me in the household that I'm in. You know,
Okay.
I don't feel like it's functional enough
Right.
for me to have my daughter around the type of, you know what I mean,
Absolutely.
woman that I'm dealing with right now. So I'm trying to vacate that situation
Right.
to where it can just be me and my daughter one-on-one until God
Okay.
send that right person for me into my life, you know. And
Right.
that's kind of my situation right
All
there.
right.
I don't blame it on nobody. I just
I'll
know.
get that information
We
for
get
you
that
because we
information.
got another caller, bro. I'll get that for
Yes,
you for
sir. I
sure.
appreciate the
right.
opportunity to call in and comment, and, you know, this will.
Hello, caller, you on the air?
Hey, Roy, this is Nikki.
It's not Roy. This is Dr. Feelgood. Thank
Hey,
you.
Roy.
Yeah.
They call it like,
Hey,
You
Roy.
can't be calling me
Now
like that
that's
now.
all.
Hey,
I
Roy.
got people
This is
listening.
his cousin.
Uh-oh.
This is his cousin.
What can you say? Hey,
Respect.
gravy.
We want to see paperwork.
Can you say, hey, cousin, can you say hey, gravy?
Hey,
I
Gravy.
said, hey, Roy.
But can you say hey,
Uh-oh.
gravy though? I just
Yeah.
want to hear you say gravy, Mr.
No.
Gravy. Oh damn.
Damn,
Uh-oh.
she can't
Hey,
do that.
Well,
bro.
can you ask for gravy on your mashed potato?
How you
Hey,
doing,
fellas.
Monique? Monique,
I'm good. I'm good, and I'm really excited about your topic.
Uh-oh.
well, I got a
Respect.
question for you real quick, Monique. How
Go
come,
ahead.
how come your number stored in our phone?
Uh-oh.
Say it
'Cause
again.
that's cousin.
How come your number stored in our phone? Monique Ozier.
That's her.
Oh, that is me.
Oh, okay.
I promise you, I don't know you though.
No,
comedy,
Your
Jada.
phone probably the names come through.
No.
You sure?
City come through.
Oh, shit.
Monique.
Mine do that. People names pop up on my phone.
That's because you probably got them on your Facebook or something. Monique, you been stalking
Oh,
me or
that's
something?
crazy.
No, go ahead, Monique. What's your topic? I mean, what's your comment?
So you know what? I'm always talking to fellas and women about this subject and a little bit more in detail about this subject. And I think I'm 49, and the women in my past, the things I heard growing up, I think were lies to me. I was always us women about my age were always told that we were the jewel and we had the jewel. And as long as we had that jewel, we should never have to want for anything. Everything could come to us because of the jewel we carry. You with me?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, we with you.
Okay. But the truth of the matter, as I get older, I understand that that was all a lie. Because you men are really the jewel.
There it is.
There
Can she
are
say that again?
our kings are the jewel. There are 8 women to every 1 man.
Say that one more time.
So who's the jewel?
Respect. I love your
Who's
vision.
the one to be cherished?
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Now, if y'all go on down, if these men were going down there to them courthouses and quit trying to beg and plead with these women for their kids
Uh-oh.
and go on and take them to the court and meet them with their mouth, then we wouldn't have so many of these issues.
Oh,
We wouldn't
wow.
have so many kids
That's
growing
true.
up with their fathers. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that I see, and it saddens me, even in my own family. You have grandparents that won't put these women in their place
Oh, you're absolutely right.
because they're afraid that they won't get to see their grandkids.
Mhm.
Well, that's a lie, because they're gonna need a babysitter.
But
Depends.
so, see,
Depends.
it depends.
Straight up.
You're right, because it depends. Because
You
if they
understand what I'm
are
saying?
going
Yeah.
to court, they gonna try to go to the babysitter, pay for the babysitter, and tell the court they're
Oh,
paying
man.
double
Come on.
and get paid
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
understand?
they're not gonna do it.
And you know what else? You know what? A lot of guys got to start becoming proactive.
If y'all went to the
Yeah, be
court.
proactive. Because when I was married, you know, I didn't really fill out all the, you know, school paperwork. I was always busy at work. You know, we got to get used to signing that paperwork too. It's a
Yeah.
spot on there for you.
Uh-huh.
And when you go up to the school, they really looking at these paperwork. They looking at the addresses. They looking at the phone numbers, the emergency contact. It's 6 spots on there, man. Just put you 3 on there. Put you 3 people in
True.
your family, man. You know, go up there. And I wanted to also add, you know, if you can't visit your kids or see your kids, get involved in the school. They have Father and Me programs for the kids. You know, volunteer, show your face. You know, teachers testify, principal, all of they testify.
Yep.
You know, it was told to me like, oh, we talked to the principal. You know, they said they seen you 3-4 times a day. You know what I mean? So all that is important. You know, all the excuses, we got to let them go. You know, we got to start grocery shopping. We got to start doing
That's
the crooked
true.
ponytails. We
And
got to,
you know, I hear women saying, or I hear men saying, why are these women sitting around letting these men sit at home all day and not
Oh,
work, and while they busting their butt and they working every day? Because they know, and I've heard women say, well, at least I know where he is. Well, you know where he is right now, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
sitting there with a controller in his hand.
insecurity. Got that PlayStation 4 going on.
He's sitting there with a remote control, or he's sitting there with one of them gaming controllers in his hand. And so they don't have a problem with them sitting at home because they know that there's a shortage of them.
Oh, yeah,
Yup.
definitely. So they want to keep them at home
You know what I
in
mean?
front of the TV.
So when these women start appreciating the fathers that want to be involved,
Yeah.
when they start appreciating these fathers that want to be involved, when these fathers stop saying, well, you know what, go on then, you do you, I'll meet you at the courtroom or what have you, then you'll get more women who will start appreciating the fathers that
Right.
want to do.
But you know, it's so scary though. You know, it's so many disadvantages for men. You know, the last thing you really want is to be dragged into court. You know,
That's
it's-
why you need to be pro. When you
Oh,
said
yeah.
be proactive.
oh yeah, you got to be proactive.
Stop being dragged and start
Exactly.
going and having them come to
Oh
court.
yeah.
Let's get this
Right.
figured
Well,
out.
yeah.
Like
Well-
the guys usually are the ones that are being summoned to court
Oh man.
because they don't want
All
to
right,
go
fellas,
through
thank you for your time. I'm gonna let
Thank
you
you so
open
much,
your
man.
line
Thank you
back
so
up.
much.
Thank you.
The
right.
guys are usually the ones that are getting summons to court
Yeah.
because, you know, typically we don't want to go to court. We don't want to deal with that, right?
Right.
But that also matters. The judge absolutely is going to find out who started this case.
Oh yeah.
Who brought the
petitioner.
case? Who
Yeah.
was the one that said we need to get this figured out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, it's gonna matter. All of these
All the
things are
time.
gonna matter, and if it's always, that's why I say, oh yeah, the court system is for the woman or
Oh, yeah.
for the mothers, but the mothers is the one that's always starting the cases.
That's true. But you know what though? It's like football. You know, whoever get the ball kick off first,
Right?
they get it after halftime. It's
Yeah.
like that when you go to court. When you the petitioner, you know everything is always going to be following you and your father.
Mhm.
The respondent is always going to be the respondent. The petitioner is always going to be the petitioner for the life of the case. And that's forever. Even if
Yeah.
she goes in 5 years from now and file a new motion or RFO, then it's still going to be respondent petition for this.
Well, let's
to the
definitely get this understood. The court has, and everything you're talking about is great, but remember this: the court, honestly, would
Right.
rather see the kids with the mother than with the dad.
Respect.
That is, well, let me explain to you
Okay,
why.
Okay.
Because women are natural nurturers.
That's
And-
true.
And now you have to be in a good position when you go to court. Like the brother who called in, he was talking about having his daughter move with him, and we hung him up before I
Right.
could tell him. In order to do that, you need to go get joint custody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because if you don't, 9 times out of 10, the mother's not going to allow it to happen. If you
Right.
think everything is kind of cool now,
Yeah.
piss her off.
Oh man.
That's
come
a
on.
weapon. And so I know when I was fighting my case, I had a ton of evidence against the mother, a neglect.
Didn't matter.
Wow.
The judge looked at the mother and said, do you want to contest this? And because I just happened, some said, slide her a copy of all this dirt you got on
Yeah.
her.
Da.
Some told me to do that, and I slid her the copy.
Right.
She looking at the pictures and all my notes, and she said, no. The judge said, are you sure? Even though I was a better parent, that judge was going to say, if she'd have said, yeah, I want to contest this, bruh, and I filed,
Right.
I wouldn't have my daughter.
Man, the only way in California,
Man, that's
I'm gonna be 100. Only way in California, it got to be really extreme. But like you said, they're gonna go with the mother unless she don't show up, and
Right.
that
Wow.
automatically forfeits, you know, that chance.
Unless you get that one of the more liberal judges that really believe in equal rights.
Right.
Because you just got to remember, as men, we have the protect, provide,
Mm-hmm.
on the go,
Right.
not so much responsible when it comes to kids. It don't make a difference black, white, purple, or green.
Right.
That's what the mother's job is supposed to be. And so, as you were saying, once you get before a judge, unless it's a judge that's really looking, brother, I pay $470 extra a month for 5 years for daycare when her job paid for daycare.
Wow.
Damn.
You got a caller coming in, y'all. Here we go.
Man.
Hello, caller, you on the air?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Respect.
All right.
How you doing, brother?
All right. Yeah, this is Remy.
Remy,
Man.
what's going on,
Hey,
dog?
what's up, Amy?
What's up, y'all, man? I'm watching. I said, let me call in real quick. I started my court case with my daughter's mother, and
I hear the kids in the background, brother. I hear the kids in the background. Good time to call, brother.
Yes,
Good
sir.
time.
yeah, she with me now. I took the mother to court and ended up getting full physical custody of my daughter, and I think that what helped me is the fact that I was the petitioner. I was the one that
Respect.
got
Yeah.
proactive and
That's Remy,
said
man.
that
That's
we
my
got to
son.
figure this out because this is not working the way that it's going. And I think that really helped me. So a lot of the guys that's listening in, if you're feeling like you want to have that or have full custody or something like that of your child, I think that you should be proactive and you should start the court case, even though you may not want to deal with that.
Right.
Exactly.
Because it is a journey, brother. Because I know me from 3 days old to 18. Man, that was a journey. Solo.
Da.
But
Yeah, I'm just
But
starting
you
this
know
journey,
what?
But
I would not change it for nothing in the world. The call before you, it make me a better man. It made me have a different view of women.
Oh man.
And I damn sure understand single mothers. God.
Da.
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, me too.
But you know what though, Remy?
Bless them all.
You know what though, Remy? Remy,
What's that?
you had a good example, man. And not only that, but I think women got it, but men have to learn how to identify with the language too. You know,
Yes.
we get in court, we don't even know how to talk. The first time I
Right.
stood in court, I didn't even understand. I had to go home and practice in the mirror. But you know, it's all about the best interest of the
Yes,
child.
yes.
So I don't want to get in here down talk this woman. You know what?
Right,
I'm
right.
in here for the best interest of my child. If you guys see fit that, you know, I get the baby on the weekend or she gets him on the weekend, I'm all for that. If I can't get him full time or joint custody, y'all, I'm going to work towards that. And in fact, I don't even want him full time. You have to kind of change that language. You know, I think what worked for me was that it was all about the kids.
Right.
It wasn't about me. It wasn't about my career. It wasn't about the disadvantages I thought I had if she had them full time. I just went in there like, hey, you know, this is what I'm here for the kids. That's it. And I had to keep it that way. And I think, Remy, you know, I think that's where your aim came in from. Because if you go petitioner, it's like I don't want domestic violence cases going on. I don't want to be going back and forth and damaging my kids emotionally. I want to go ahead and be proactive and pursue this interest in court because I had an undocumented parental agreement for about 3 years, and it was very up and down. You know, whenever we got upset with each other, we went ahead and changed the terms up real quick. No, you can't get them for the birthday.
That's why
And
you
then-
got to do it.
And I had that lingering over my head. like, dang, if I get a girlfriend or if I don't do this, then she gonna drag me to court. But it's like, soon as you go and you knock it out and court is involved, then it's like, wow, I can actually, you know, stretch out a little bit. You know, we have terms, you know, and then we have it loosely, so that way we're able to be human within those terms.
Absolutely.
You know, you may not be able to get them this week. Well, I can, you know, but it's documented that you get them, and I'm gonna go ahead and help you out. So we gotta just get rid of our attitudes, our whole perspective.
And
That's why you get it notarized.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody
Yeah.
spoke about getting a notary earlier,
Oh yeah.
but I did that very early with me having my kid. Everything, any kind of conversation me and his mom had. Oh, he has him. I'm gonna have him this year for the birthday. You have him next year for the birthday, or
That's
whatever it
written out.
was.
That's written out
It's
contractually.
written out, and we both signed at a notary, and we both went half on the notary. It ain't even because that paperwork is going to count if I end up
Right.
in court.
And that right there is the business of a relationship like this.
Yeah.
You still have to have the business aspect of it, and that protects you. Some people don't. It's like, well, I don't need all that. It protects you if things go left.
Right.
Because you have no protection.
Right.
The California is gonna go with that woman.
Yeah, no
So you
protection
gotta-
on he said, she said.
Yeah, you
Nah.
got to document it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because she gave birth to that. Since she gave birth to that child, it came out of her womb. California's giving her the benefit of the doubt. And if you ain't got no proof to back up what you're saying, hey, you're gonna be second in line.
Oh, yeah.
And
California
not
is
only
the
that
best
though,
interest state.
you got to understand, and because like you said, Dr. Trill, you went and had it
Respect.
notarized. A lot of times you can come in with all the receipts you want to.
Oh yeah.
Judge gonna tell you they don't mean that. That's your kid. That's what you're
Exactly.
supposed to
You're
do.
supposed to
See,
do
a lot of times it just depends on the anus of the judge.
But I'm not talking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying in your
talking about
case.
Child support.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
I'm
child
just saying,
support.
yeah, 'cause
I'm talking about just period. It could be a custody battle that ain't got nothing to do with child support.
Custody
It's
battle
just-
come with child
yeah.
support. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a given.
Well, no, I had a
Yeah.
custody battle without child support being involved.
You blessed then.
Yeah,
You was blessed in that
Well,
case.
everybody say bless.
But like, it wasn't even a battle because how the paperwork was done. She said she didn't get served. She didn't show up, and it was just given to me. But like the first guy that was on Dre, I totally relate to him. It's like I got 3 kids. 2 of my kids are family visit babies, which
wow.
means I was locked down in prison when my wife at the time got pregnant with him.
Oh man.
So with me, I totally relate to him, and I hope you're still listening, Dre, because one thing I wanted to tell you, but I was letting everybody get it in, is if you got any guilt about that situation, you got to release it.
Forgive yourself.
That's the only way to start building yourself, is you got to forgive yourself and hang that guilt up for not being there for the first years of their life.
I agree with that because we was working on Brother Cash for about 22 years. He just released it in 2019.
Oh
Man.
No, I
So
was 18.
2018?
2018.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember when too.
Yeah, like another blow to the gut.
Yeah.
Man.
But you know, the thing is, man, we as men, here's the thing, and I say this before, not on this show, but before. The first gift God gave Adam was responsibility. He had to maintain the Garden of Eden. He had to name all the animals.
oh.
Us men are not being responsible. That's why we running into these kind of situations.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
And if you want to get spiritual, you know, you go, you're not married, you have a child, and then all of a sudden, you know, the sins of the blessing is the child.
Right.
But the sins is the custody battle, the child
Exactly.
support, dealing with this crazy people.
Give him
See,
the
Dr. Trill, you don't even know how blessed you are, bruh.
Nah, but
Big bless.
that's why I said it
Big
comes
bless.
with decisions made. I'm not.
Well,
incredible.
hold on. But before that,
You
it's-
can't-
It's a step before that.
Yeah, I had.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Who taught you that?
That's the thing. I didn't have no. My dad passed when I was 9 years old.
Okay, but who?
So
told you?
I didn't. I learned the game. That's the one thing that we all don't take for advantage. All this stuff is on YouTube, and I just
Yeah,
was
you
like,
from a
"Yo,
YouTube
I
generation.
got
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, yeah.
You can learn anything. I
You're
learned
right.
I learned how to tie a tie on YouTube. I learned how to mix
No,
a
no,
song
yeah.
on
Yeah,
me
no,
on
no,
YouTube.
no,
I
but
I
listen
learned
though.
because I didn't have no dad.
But
So-
listen though, see you and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
See, I learned the hard way. I
Right.
went
Yeah.
through the steps, and then I learned the paperwork.
Right.
Once I learned the paperwork, I learned the jargon.
Right.
Once I learned the jargon, you know what they said?
Uh.
This nigga too smart for his own damn good. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, as they say,
and but I
exactly.
got what I wanted.
Right.
You know, like one brother said, "Ooh, 470 might be a little much." But
Right.
when you knocking off
From 1500.
From 1500.
$1,030, you like, I welcome that.
I'm so happy to see
feel me?
400.
And so the battle for us is, Roy said it, you said it, I
Right.
think everybody said it, is getting control of ourselves,
Oh,
our
yeah.
emotions.
Respect.
We have to remove the emotions to make a well-informed decision.
Oh yeah.
Some
Right.
people, and that's harder for some people than others. Like I got a total different situation than you. two.
Right.
Right.
My kids' mom, my ex-wife, hates me to a she hates me so much it's affected her life.
Wow.
That she just became bitter to the point where she's just deteriorating from her beauty to her spirit to her soul, everything. That's how much she hates me.
Damn.
So I grew up.
I think she hate herself, bro.
No,
Oh yeah.
no, you know her.
Yeah.
So you're speaking.
I'm just telling. No. I'm
He's
just.
speaking for personal.
No. Go and speak, man.
Yeah,
go and
no,
speak.
that's a good point.
This my brother right here.
Right.
So,
So
we even grew up together. Go ahead, man.
It's
My bad.
like I had 18 years of what I'm gonna call straight poisoning.
Right.
No, he hung up.
It was direct poisoning from the mother to the children against me.
Mm.
And it ran so deep. The one that I thought she was kryptonite to that shit, displayed something that just blew me back, and I was like, damn, it got through. If it got through her, I know the other ones.
Yeah.
And that's when Speed, remember when I said I got to leave this guilt right here. I can't do it no more.
Right.
So it's like
Absolutely.
y'all had it good. I actually was fighting against a situation, trying to be all I can be, but I still hadn't forgiven myself, and I still didn't work on me. I was still in the field. I was still doing things that took me away from them, and I was convincing myself that what I was doing for them, and it was a product of insanity. You know what I'm saying? I'm hustling to make a better life for my kids, but that hustling is taking me away from my kids.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, it took me 40 years to realize that, waking up to shit on the shingles at 42,
Right.
looking like, God damn, my kids hate me.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
that shit comes from growing up in the streets, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have anybody to really tell us what to do and how to do it. Like we can tell our kids what to do and how to do it. You know what I mean?
And that was
it's like you say, spending a lot of time hustling. You trying to go out there, hustling because you have a criminal record and it's hard for you to get a job. So you got to get out here and do what you got to do. And you out here hustling day and night to try to put clothes on the kids' back, get a mom's money, and do whatever it is you have to do.
Yeah.
And you don't spend the quality time that you should be spending. Unlike yourself, we working, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up like that, bro. I was hustling.
Me neither.
I'm by the grace of God, my uncle, I learned how to cut hair from my unks, you know what I'm saying? But I was a hustler, man. I shot dice, sold dope. I did a whole lot of other stuff I don't want to say on air, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just hard to try to be a father, a great father to, if you have multiple children and trying to be a great father, it's kind of hard to do. I regret that to this day, that I wanted to have all my kids like in one spot and do everything and go out with them. We did a few things where I got them. I never had them all together at one time.
Oh, man.
To go out and hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
I think we did a few things, but I never had all of them. I think I got 8 kids, so I went out with we had 6 of them at one time. We went out to Disneyland and just had a good time. And by the grace of God, me being able to play poker, I was able to do a lot of stuff through that. But man, it is.
I'm about to say my nigga was way up. Disneyland tickets is like $130 a piece.
Hey, you making a joke with that?
I said my nigga was way up when he took all his
I
kids.
remember when he took them because he
Whoa,
Man.
bro,
Yeah, man.
nigga, I couldn't even take all his kids to nowhere. I be like, listen, we gotta get up.
I'm gonna say this though. Look, we went to Disneyland. We stayed in that sucker 20 minutes, man. My kids did not like it, man. I spent that money and we went somewhere else. They said, Daddy, we want to go somewhere else. I ended up giving them a couple of tickets. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Damn, that's tough.
Caller, you on the air?
I think that's just talking.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Oh, what's going on, Phil? This is James.
All right, how you doing, brother?
Welcome to the show, James.
All right, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I had left the topic about, I had left a comment about how everything, like with the courts and stuff like that and the child support, a lot of people don't really know. Like, I know women, either they know or they don't care, but it can have an effect mentally. Like, just recently, even while I was there, Phil, working on the video, like, I got hit with, I didn't tell you, but I got hit with child support papers.
Wow.
And I was still trying to, even with all that, that's why I was just lacing days. Like, mentally, I was just kind of out of it, but I still was pressing because you asked me to do something for you. So
Right.
I had to do it, and I got Tierra with me. You know what I'm saying? And the same day that I got hit with the child support papers was the same day I got my new job.
Dang.
Right. So you mean what was that? That was like what? Oh, that was last week Saturday, right? Or Friday?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So now.
So I mean,
now,
literally, I'm coming home from them telling me I got the job.
to smash
my
it up
uncle
here.
and hands me the mail, and in the mail, child support papers.
Wow.
But the child support papers was filed like three weeks ago. But the same day I get the job is the same day I get hit with child support. So I was just like, this is.
Excuse me. So wait a minute. You didn't have child support, but as soon as you got the job, you got hit with the child support?
Well, they filed it prior to him getting the
Oh,
job.
I'm
I'm
about
sure.
to
Yeah,
say,
they-
God
they-
damn, they move
Prior to,
fast.
but I got both
Yeah.
the same day. Like,
Well,
this is
well,
a coincidence.
But here's the thing, though, brother. It's a thing called year to date. And what-
Yeah.
You
You
know.
know that YTD is real, bro.
Yeah, year to date, brother, and hopefully, your year to date, you made kibbles and bits because that's what they're gonna go by, brother.
Yup.
Last 18 months.
Look on your check stubs.
You know what I'm saying?
Taxes
And
for
don't do no
all of
overtime.
2018.
Yeah.
Done.
All of that. This
No
this
overtime.
2000 the 2020
Yeah.
taxes,
Yeah.
and you can go back over that the past year, and
Yeah.
that's what they gonna go off of.
Absolutely.
That YTD.
Now here's what you ain't gonna want to do, but this is what I suggest you do, brother. See, a lot of men don't want to do this. Now, when you was here 2 weeks ago, I met your son. You know what I mean? We was playing and having a good time. Now, you have to go get joint custody.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why. Now that you got a job, if you don't have joint custody, you ain't spending 50% of the time with the kid. It's gonna go up. And when you get joint custody, everything either goes down to half. It takes a lot away from you from not having to spend or have them take so much money. And so
Gotcha.
I say that because if she gets child support and you piss her off for whatever reason, like enter into a new relationship, get a good job, brother, she can take you back to court continuously trying to get more and more money. Yep, modifying that last order.
Oh,
so you definitely want to go and get, joint custody. That way you both have it 50% of the time. And now I would rather spend my money on a daycare, and I'm just going to say it the way I feel, than give my money to somebody who got a new car, new hairdo, new nails, new toes. Because the judge don't stipulate, oh, you're getting $1,500, so we're going to tell you to put $1,000 away for savings, and then you spend $500. All that is considered household bills.
Yeah.
And that's the downside, which we didn't get into, because a lot of these mothers get this money, brother, and it goes to them. That's extra.
They go live with it.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
man, I'm I can't even tell you that. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
And
I
then
got
they
hit
don't
with
get the
child support
money on
papers.
time either.
You know what I'm
They don't
saying?
get the money
So-
like that quick.
Oh,
How
they
long
get
they sit
they
up?
they
Now
get
they do,
no,
bro.
No,
Get it.
this is the process.
No.
Oh,
Go
my
ahead.
bad. My bad.
It takes 30 to 90 days for them to get the money. Why is that?
Wow.
Because child support takes that money.
Put it in a big
It's
escrow account.
it's invested. They loan it out. They get a percentage on the
Yeah.
loan,
Oh, man.
and when they get that percentage back, so just imagine if they got 1 million people paying $1. That's
charge
$1
you a
million
transaction fee.
at
Right.
3.5% a month.
Right.
Oh, man.
And they
That's
sitting
how-
on it- They sitting on it for 3 months.
Right, and that's
You
how
feel
they
me?
get you with the
Dr.
when you
Phil.
hear when you hear
Man.
about people like let's just say our celebrities, and you be like, oh, this nigga got 3 years of back child pay. That's because the government been paying the girl,
Right.
and
Right.
the baby mama been getting because they running it up on you.
Yep.
So
Running that
that's
shit up.
how
arrears.
Yeah.
They running
Man.
them arrears up.
on
and
you,
they
bro.
so cold with it. If you
The
miss
arrears
a
cost
month
more than the
payment,
goddamn
Right.
money, man.
Look,
Nigga,
it's so
shit.
cold. This is how cold the system is. If you miss a month payment, that's $20 you owe more
Mhm.
per month.
And it's gonna continue to rise every
Yes.
month until you pay it off.
I think that's Tiffany, ladies and gentlemen. We got a bunch of kids in here. These dads
Please.
in here with their kids and
Yeah,
stuff.
all the
So,
kids.
Y'all
Come
hear
on
the
in here.
kids. You know,
Carter.
you know.
Come here.
Y'all kids come stand next to your
Man.
daddy.
Let me-
Yes, sir.
This is what's going on. This
Mine
is how
wouldn't
they doing
fit up
it.
in here. I
Oh,
couldn't bring
no, we
mine.
had the whole thing put down.
You know, so
It's
ladies and
1/4.
gentlemen, this is exactly what you see. This is men being responsible.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so when they came here, they didn't just come here to talk or bad mouth. This is not about bad mouthing you mothers out
No, it's
there.
not.
Because there's
Not
some
at
great
all.
mothers out there.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful
But
mothers out
I
there.
think a lot of black brothers get dropped off by the wayside as tagged as
Next
bad
Washington.
dads and all that stuff. So
Uh-oh.
we just wanted y'all to
Beautiful
see
mother.
these young
Uh-huh.
brothers. Man, did y'all drink all my tea up,
We
young
are.
men?
Did y'all drink all the tea?
Huh?
Did you drink all
No,
the tea?
no, but you ate all. You drank all the honey, huh?
Drink some.
the honey gone.
All the honey gone. It's
Oh,
all
man,
good.
we ain't got no honey left.
You're almost done?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
What happened, bro?
Well, it's time
All right, I had another question.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so
Only way she-
even though she did that, I called her. Called her, and we kind of talked about some issues. First of all, I addressed the fact that I'm not working. I hadn't been working for over a month, but you still went ahead and put me on child support. I thought that was kind of messed up or whatever. But outside of that, I agreed to take him more, to see him more, to stay off of child support. And I said that once I can figure out what I want to put down on paper, I said we should both put down some rules and some stipulations on paper. But part of that needs to be that we both sign this paper, and the agreement is that as long as I'm doing my part, that you won't take me to court. Now,
Get it
does that
notarized,
paper,
bro.
as long as we both sign it, is that good enough for the court,
yeah,
or will the
definitely.
court take that paper and be like, this is
If
we
it's
don't care about
notarized,
this
bro,
piece of
because
paper.
this is the thing. You can get a plain piece of paper and have her sign it, and they will be like, "Yo, I don't know what this paper said
Oh,
before."
yeah.
She can basically make a statement and say, "I didn't." When I
Fill
signed
out
the
an
paper
affidavit.
and it say nothing but whoopty bam and whoopty bam.
Exactly. He
All
added to
this stuff wasn't on
Yeah, I
there.
don't know
I
where
don't
that
know
came
where
from.
that came
Yeah,
from.
exactly.
That's why you got to have it
Notarized.
notarized. That's why you got to go up to a notary, pay that $50, $25, whatever they're gonna charge you to have them stamp it. When they stamp it, that's to say everything before I stamped it was already on this paper. She agreed to everything that's on here that this says. Bam, and then I stamped it. The notary never stamps it before both signatures and before the statement is on there. That's what the purpose of going there for. Because if you take
Right.
this plain piece of paper with both of y'all name on it, both of y'all signature, that don't mean nothing.
Unless you get a judge that will honor. Some judges do their own thing. They play the role of God, but very few do.
Yep, and
Or-
that depends on your baby mama as well. If she
Yeah,
don't
if she
don't
argue
deny it,
Yeah.
if she
Or-
deny it,
Or another thing, if you are documenting those encounters, like I actually have a form that says my co-parenting experience, and I literally have it on the laptop. If she call me right now and say, I'm not feeding them, bam, not feeding them this time, that number.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can do that on a consistent basis, the judge would honor that too. Like, you know what, last year on March 3rd, they agreed that they had the kids this time, that time. January of 2014, they changed it up. So now he's saying that this again. They're going to honor that. Like, it's no way this
Right,
guy's going to
right.
document this consistency for all this time, and you're going to have these implications where you're not going to honor it. And another thing is, a lot of guys, they like, I seen my kids, I seen them, I picked them up from school, but when I was going through the child support thing, they were more interested in how many nights the kids spent with you.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you seen them every day. I pick them up
Right.
every day. I work at night, though. Oh, well, but you still going to pay this full child support. And
Right.
they spending the night under her utilities. They spending the night eating up her food, waking up under her
Although
heat.
they're asleep.
Exactly. So, guys, I know it's a little hard to, go to sleep and wake up with the kids, but, we might have to implement some of those things into our schedules, too.
Yes,
know.
sir. James, brother, I appreciate you for calling in. We got to go into a commercial break, brother.
respect.
All right, no problem.
All right, appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
I need some.
Hi, I'm Nikki Solomon, the owner of Fancy Mia Moore Boutique, located downtown Inglewood, specializing in handmade beaded jewelry and ladies' fashion clothing and accessories, and men's accessories. Our address is 241 South Market Street, inside of Big Wave Realty Building. Free parking in the rear. Also, we have a back entrance. If you mention Beacon Radio with your visit, you'll receive a free gift. You can see daily updates of our products on Instagram, so follow me at FancyMiaMoore_styles. That's FancyMiaMour_styles. And also online at www.fancymiamore.com. So come by and sip and shop with me.
Woke up too late to get ready in time. No bed's ever looked as messy as mine does right now. Whoa, baby, I'm alright. As long as you're here with me tonight. Why'd you have to leave so early? I was planning a breakfast for two. Why'd you have to kiss me like that, baby? Can't get my damn mind off you. Watching old cartoons just to get these summer blues out of my head, yeah. My mind just drifts to you instead. Hey baby, I'm a little hungover and I'm feeling like a fool. Ooh, reminiscing every detail of the summer afternoon. Lipstick on the mirror in the center of the room got me in some kind of mood. Just praying for another night I won't remember. A little whiskey and a love letter. Yeah, a little whiskey and a love letter. Ooh yeah, yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't stay with me, but time feels like it stopped since you laid with me. Well, I'ma smoke my mind a little bit and set it free. If we ever meet again, baby, drinks on me. I understand why the cage first sinks. Now tell them, Lucas. Yeah, girl. Now why you gotta break my heart on some playground love-ish? I gave you all my cookies from my lunch and you just took it and left. Now I'm saying here scared to death that you won't come back. My heart's beating out my chest cause I'm your Simba to your love is peaceful, Akuna. See, I know you don't treat me like these other guys, probably cause that message on my mirror tells me otherwise. I might just love you.
Hey baby, I'm a little hungover and I'm feeling like a fool. Ooh, reminiscing every detail of the summer afternoon. Lipstick on the mirror in the center of the room got me in some kind of mood. Just praying for another night I won't remember. A little whiskey and a love letter. Yeah, a little whiskey and a love letter. Ooh yeah, yeah. I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you.
Okay.
Tell me what you do to me, got me in a spin. Running through scenarios to get you here again. Baby, I'm no stranger to pinnacle or gin, but nothing could prepare me for the whiskey on your lips. Now I'm locked in a lonely predicament. Should've put your number in my phone when I had the chance, but for now I'm stuck staring at the words on the wall, flying high and remembering how to fall. Hey baby, I'm a little hungover and I'm feeling like a fool. Reminiscing every detail of the summer afternoon. Lipstick on the mirror in the center of the room got me in some kind of mood. Just praying for another night I won't remember. A little whiskey and a love letter. Yeah, a little whiskey and a love letter. Yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Brother Cass coming back. This the brothers. We live with Jado and Ro. You know the rest of us. Dr. Feelgood, LD, Greavy, Mr. Greavy. I want to comment on two.
Y'all can just call me Gravy, man.
We just gonna call him Gravy. I'm gonna comment on two Facebook comments that came in. One is from our all the time listener, Heavenly, and Heavenly said, "Child support destroys the black family. Parents, please, mothers and fathers, please seek an understanding with each other regarding financially supporting your children."
Wow.
Keep the course out of it if you can.
Yeah, that's heavy. Keep Gilmore out of your situation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
If
definitely.
if you can.
The next statement came from Monique. Thanks for calling in, Cuzzo. And Monique said, "The men don't realize their kingship, so they don't take their place because no one ever validates their roles." And that goes back to what Phil and I also Gravy, we were saying we really didn't have nobody to teach us. So a lot of things that happens with men, and we get a lot, especially the black man, we get a lot of flack that of things we are supposed to know that we don't know. But how do you know if nobody taught you? If nobody took you there and sat you down and said, "Hey, I mean, I didn't."
I hear air.
I never got a birds and the bees talk.
Right.
You get a birds and
No,
the
I
bees
never
talk?
got that.
I hear it now.
Dr. Phil, did you get a birds and the
I hear
bees
it.
talk?
Nah.
So
I ain't get no birds.
I don't
Me
hear.
neither.
Jado been in
Jado.
here hitting everything, and he just said he didn't get a. So there's 5 men in here that none of us got a birds and the bees talk from a father.
And between the 5 of us, we all got a football team.
Right.
Football.
So,
yeah,
8,
yeah,
3.
you right.
Oh yeah, he right.
But my football talk didn't come from no family. It came from the block.
Yeah,
Niggas was like,
No,
yo,
you right.
you
Right.
tall,
Oh, yeah.
nigga, you better get out here, nigga. You gotta lay the hat.
Yeah.
I ain't getting no football talk from the family members.
Oh, no.
Right, right.
Channel 97.
My birds and the bees talk came from a strawberry
Wow.
on 98th Street and Wall.
Nigga, listen, my
Man.
football talk came from
What
the
you laughing at, Greg?
I almost spit on your ass. God damn, hey.
Hey, huh?
I
Yo.
know. I think we shared that, Barry.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
So they got kids.
Them niggas,
Joint
no.
kids.
Hey,
Man.
So the point is that how do you know how does a young man, not a 40-year, not a 30, not a 50, how does a 20-year-old man know his kingship if you don't have nobody teaching him?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what?
That's why
Exactly.
we got to break that shit, break
Oh,
that
yeah.
cycle. I've been doing that. My boys, I'm so proud of my boys, man. I like I said, I can't say it enough. My son getting married on the 22nd.
Oh,
Lou, I love you,
respect.
man.
Oh, Lou.
I love you, man.
Congratulations
Beautiful, man.
to that one.
Yeah, he getting
Wow.
married, man. He
That's
getting married on the
beautiful,
22nd.
man.
Wow.
Yeah,
She
26
came
years old,
up too.
brother.
She ain't bad looking.
Man, she's
As he
nice.
should.
She's nice and intelligent school teacher, man.
Wow, look
That's
at
beautiful,
that.
man. Look
Real
at
cool.
you.
Okay, back to the topic.
But see,
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
thing.
That's the
You know
topic.
what?
That is a
Yeah,
topic.
you know the birds and the
I'm-
bees talk. Cause I
Yeah.
never had that. Like this, is my first birds and the bees talk right here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I'm
right,
32
right.
and I got 4 under me.
Yeah.
You know, so my lineage is already out there. And unfortunately, the math I like to do is the A, B, and C.
Huh.
Right.
So you got A and then you got B. A is the dad, B is the mother, and they have C. So A plus B plus C equals A, B, and C. Then A and B, they get a divorce and they separate. So now A is out of the picture. Now you just have B and C, which is mom and the child. So then from there, C's go on and they meet D and E.
You
So
sent
now
me
that
Hold on.
I'm saying, so now that C has D and they have a E. So every time, like you said, you don't get that birds and the bees talk, that's a percentage of something that you don't have in your development when it comes to your loving and belonging. So if I don't have that and my physiological needs are impacted by it, my psychological needs are impacted by it, so I don't really have what it takes to even be a father.
Hold
Wow.
on.
So I'm moving into a situation 75% ready. So then D has the same situation coming in 75% ready. So now that we have E, and E's going to come into the situation only 50% developed in the area of longing and belonging, beloved and belonging. So, and that's just something we just passing down. Now we can actually increase that like how you did. Like your son has a different story than you. He's
Right.
married now and he's doing everything proficiently enough to raise kids because you was there. And that's the problem we have.
Yeah.
Not getting that birds and the bees
And
talk.
the other
you know.
thing is, he just went through that whole alphabet breakdown.
Uh-huh.
Was really good. We
Oh,
might
yeah.
have to incorporate that somehow.
Oh man, yeah, I'll write it down for you.
But the thing is, didn't have the birds and the bees talk, but we're sitting in the dugout watching all this go down.
Oh,
That's what
man.
we learn from.
Oh yeah.
So now
Well,
that's
we learn.
normal to us. That's normal
Oh,
to
yeah.
us. Parents break up, whoop, D.
Yeah.
That's normal.
That's supposed to happen. It's going to happen.
Well, I'll say this: it starts here. Honestly, if actually in the book cover that you did for me, Broken Homes.
Oh yeah.
When I went through and did my research on neglect and what neglect is,
Uh-huh.
there's nowhere in writing. I believe I wrote the first synopsis on one or both parents being absent as a neglect to the child because the child needs mom and dad to become 100% whole. Anytime one or both parents is missing, that child is, let's just say, lopsided. Anything
yeah.
that's lopsided, when it runs, it's going to eventually fall over.
Oh, yeah.
When it walks too fast, it's going to fall over. So therefore, it's already an emotional and mental and chemical imbalance because what was supposed to be there as another structure, since it's not there, what is instead of being a structure is destruction. So you grow up as an angry kid because you have no dad there.
Oh, yeah.
Dad is supposed to have that conversation with you about birds and the bees.
Right.
You know, but I'll pause because we got a call.
Caller.
Hello, caller, you on the air.
My dad got killed.
Yeah, my name is Valencia,
But
and I just want
I
to
had-
let you
Hold
know
on,
I'm
dude,
watching
we got a caller.
online,
Oh, shit.
and you're doing a really
Gotta
good
put my
job.
headphones on.
It's so good to hear something that can educate these brothers out here so they know how to take care of their children and just to handle different situations that, you know, is coming from a black man's perspective. So you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Alicia.
All right. Well, God bless you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one. As you were saying, Mr. Gravy,
What was I saying?
you were saying your dad passed away when you were young.
My dad passed away when I was about 5 years old. My dad got killed, man. He was in the street, got killed. I didn't know my dad at all. I had a stepfather, my sister's dad, Willie Smith, man. I love you, Pops. Raised me like a biological dad. But my mom was that type of mom that would be tripping, drinking, Pops took off, found up somebody else, you know, and she raised us. He did what he could and what he could. And I had to say, man, I was just raised by the streets. And I say this again. If I didn't meet this guy and my buddy Alonzo, we all met up in the neighborhood and we started breakdancing and we started a dance clique. We had 2 dance cliques and dancing kept me out the street. So, like I said, it depends on what category you fall in. I didn't fall into a gang category. I almost did,
Right.
but I didn't.
Dancing kept us up.
Yeah, dancing kept us out of the shit.
Well, for me, it's totally different. My pops was alive, probably, shit, man. I don't know, from the age of 4 till probably 13, 14, I may have seen him 5 times. But I did join a gang. I did end up in prison with 27 years plus 25 to life. You know what I'm saying? Had my dad been there, would have been different. I really don't know. Didn't nobody force me into the street life. I actually felt like this was my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. I loved it. I enjoyed it. But I didn't know better. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but I learned how to be a man through observing. I'm very observant. I pay attention. So I learned how to be a man through watching other men, how they conducted themselves.
Oh,
You know, I remember going out to with the black carcasses, and I'm watching everybody eat salad with bread. I'm like saying, what? So when you're wrong, you do what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it tastes good. Now I understand why. So, but now, me and my dad do have a relationship, but again, mom was stuck with the torch, and that's usually who's stuck with the torch. I have 5 kids. People tell me, "Oh, you're a great dad," you know, but you raised your daughter. Well, you only know of 1, but I got 4 more that you don't know about. Well, actually, 4 biological, and the 5th one is not mine. But my relationship with the one that's not mine is better than the relationship with the ones that is mine.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so for me, I know my, I guess I can say my trials and my errors. And again, some mothers don't make it easy. Now, a female would say, well, the child is here. Take care of the child. But men don't operate the way women do. You know what I mean? You can't force a man to do nothing because his nature is to rebel.
Right.
And so therefore, we find ourselves not being given the proper tools. At least that's what we're looking for. Because I believe everything you need to be who you're supposed to be is already in you before you were born.
True.
Whether you have 2 parents or not.
Right.
True.
It's just the role we choose to take.
Right.
And so therefore, a lot of men choose to take the irresponsible road.
Oh yeah.
No, exactly. That's the
You
most,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
the
It's the,
favorable
yeah,
road
it's the
every
most
time.
common. It's the most
Exactly.
common road.
Look,
I mean,
it
right.
goes back to who is you learning it from? You're not
Right.
learning shit, so you gonna do the shit.
Now this is funny.
Yeah.
To some people, it's gonna sound like an oxymoron, but you just heard one gentleman that his father passed away, no dad. You just had another one, father wasn't there, no dad. You heard me talk before, talking about the lack of learning from a father. Well, guess what? I had both parents.
Right.
My house was the stable house in the neighborhood that everybody came to. Whether we
Man.
was playing basketball in the backyard, break dancing in the den, watching movies or whatever. my house was the house in the neighborhood because both parents were there. It was a safe zone. Yet there was a generation gap. My father, not my grandfather. My father was born in 1902.
What?
And had me when he was 65 years old.
Respect.
My mom was in her 40s when she had me. They didn't even think she was going to make it through the pregnancy. So at that time, you're talking about late 60s, 70s. If you will remember this, there was the digital age taking over. And
Right.
all the liquor stores was video games that you put a quarter in and this and that, and arcades and this and that. That eventually turned to the games that you're playing now. You know what I'm saying? So I was at the founding edge of that, and my father couldn't comprehend that. So even though I had a father there, I had a father who only had a 6th grade education that migrated from Houston, Texas, came to Los Angeles, and started a business. And he took care of my family with his maintenance business.
Oh,
But
man.
as far as direct knowledge of life skills and things that kids today gotta have, I didn't get any of that. I had to learn all that on my own. And like Dr. Phil said, I did that by mimicking the people I saw.
All
It's just
right.
unfortunately that the first people I saw
Was the negative.
Was pimps, drug dealers,
Oh, man.
and
Right.
gangbangers.
Right.
Because that's also the time that Crippin' and Blood and stuff. We watched it. I mean, we watched it.
Right.
Raymond Washington literally came across the street, the house directly across the street. My brother, Junior Fuller, was friends with Raymond Washington.
Uh-oh.
So I saw it all unfold.
Sitting next to it in the
The
rhythm.
reason I never got involved in it is because me and this man across from me saw our close friends that we all went to elementary school and all that stuff killing each other. The reason I never got into drugs because I watched my brothers and sisters. They was victims of Sherm and crack. So that, and then I found dancing. We found dancing, and that kind of saved us. But like you said, I made a choice to be a hustler
Right.
because
Right.
I respected all the hustlers. This
Right.
dude don't gang bang. He don't do nothing. He can go from any hood. Wood,
Right.
and he from here, but man, Whitey Enterprises. Whitey was I idolized Whitey.
That motherfucker came through in that white
That
robe.
I idolized Whitey.
Right.
Third
Why
World,
that- yeah.
all that stuff that y'all probably were the people that ran our neighborhood financially. Bruce Richardson. I mean,
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
man.
So was that an obstacle?
No, it wasn't an obstacle.
Right.
No, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because it created an obstacle mentally to get to my manhood.
Okay.
Because I didn't have to do what they were doing. I
Right.
had a solid foundation.
Right.
But yet, there was no dialogue. You don't know how good you got it or how bad you got it as a kid.
Right.
All you know is your surrounding neighborhood.
Exactly. That's
Y'all-
natural.
All y'all either wearing Chucks or you wearing Pro Kids.
Right.
Or Cortez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pro
not-
Wings.
Yeah. So it's like you don't really know.
Right.
But as you get older, you be like, wow, man, we was broke as a
Right. Right.
Syrup sandwiches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jado, you had a syrup.
Yeah, I had listen, I didn't, bro.
When that syrup sipped to the middle of the bread,
man,
you
that
did when
was
it get
hard.
set in the bread and get
yeah.
spongy like in the
That
middle.
shit
Okay.
nasty.
But what y'all know about the
My taste
sugar?
buds is
What
bougie
y'all
as
know
fuck.
about the sugar and bread and then
Oh, man.
hell no.
That's bad on
No.
your yeah, enamel on your
I
teeth.
ain't never
man.
did
That's bad
that
on your
shit.
teeth.
I had
I ain't never
nigga,
did
I had
that.
all that shit.
The-
This nigga had an artificial donut in this motherfucker.
on bread, boiled
disgusting.
up, donut.
Disgusting.
Super.
Listen,
Man.
bro, but my taste buds is bougie as fuck. I don't eat none of that shit that used to force on me. Like, I don't fuck with malto
Hey.
meal, oatmeal,
Miracle
cream of
Whip
wheat.
sandwiches, none of
Malto
that.
meal.
Fucking
I
ain't
used to
none
fuck
of
with
that. Oatmeal, cream of wheat, nothing. Anything like that. That was
Mom
every
used to whip that shit
day.
up.
Grits.
Bro, every grits outie, no time.
Me and my sister,
Spreads.
man.
No, no. I had spread. Now, see, I had a spread like 3 days ago.
Oh, man.
He fuck with a spread.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Hey, well, no, was that
Shrimp
a
and
spread
grits.
sandwich?
yeah, I put it on my shit.
Hey, look, I hit him
What
in
is
the
that?
DM. I said, dude, did you just say a spread sandwich?
Wait, what came in the
Bro,
spread
I
sandwich?
just- Nigga, it was all right. So check this out. We took some baby had some macaroni salad.
Okay.
We took the macaroni salad and a little bit of potato, right, with some chips on some bread. whipped it all together and put it on there, then put some mayonnaise on the sandwich, and then listen, bro, that was our version of spread.
Put some meat.
Oh, that was
No,
a
it wasn't no
spread.
meat.
Oh, it was a vegan sandwich.
It wasn't no meat.
That's a bougie spread.
That was a
right there.
vegan
We give them
sandwich.
ingredients
Yeah,
for the
because
spread.
now the real spread. Now, if I had some couple noodles in,
Wow.
no, I know how to make it. But what we had, that was the version of our spread.
Wow.
Wasn't the type of the spread that I got in LA
Hey.
County.
Yeah.
And I was there.
So that was
Man.
the point of me telling that story is you got 3 different brothers, and we're going to go to the next brothers in here. One didn't have a father, he died. One didn't have a father, I had both parents. We all ended up in the goddamn same place.
Right.
Yeah.
We ended up in the same place.
So it's decision.
It's
It's
decision.
decision. It's row.
Bro.
Both parents.
Oh
both parents.
man, you know what? Actually, unfortunately, I didn't have both parents. You know, I actually had my grandmother who raised me, which was a blessing in disguise for me. You know, I actually appreciated it.
Rest in peace,
You know, yeah, rest in peace, Granny,
Yeah.
2008. But you know what though? For me, it was more so the principle she taught me. She always said, if you take care of these kids and do what you have to do, God will take care of you and always provide a way for you. And that was something that I held, you know, and that kind of kept me. You know, so when I had kids, it all came down to how I love myself. Like, if I really appreciate myself and the decisions I make, am I able to sleep at night? And that's how I carry myself. Like, my interactions with the mother of my children, you know, it's all based on how I will be able to sleep at the end of the day. So if there's something that goes on and she and I have an agreement and I can't honor that and I fail it and I don't communicate it equivalently to how she would want me to, then it'll be like, you know what? It'll mess me up at night. I won't be able to really sleep. I'll be thinking about like, man, I kind of failed the kids. I didn't pick them up like I was supposed to. I didn't take them to the Chuck E. Cheese. So I try not to engage in those type of things that's going to leave me struggling at night. So for me growing up, I grew up in, you know, Manchester Square,
Right.
you know, where a lot of my cousins, everybody was gang affiliates or gang members too. So a lot of my fathers were the Crips. You know, those were my father figures. Those are the things I looked up to. I didn't have allowances and things like that. So I had to do things to make money too. You know, I had to either take Game Boys and CD players just so I can have bus fare to get home, or I had to sell nickel bags. You know, I had to go sell those, make $90 a day.
You was a drug dealer?
I wasn't a
That's
drug
shit.
dealer. I was a
Weed
survivor.
seller.
I was a survivor. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's perfectly legal now. It's legal now.
You know, I was a survivor.
Nah.
I had to do it. You know.
Man, listen, it's legal to get weed. It ain't legal
Oh
to do
yeah,
what he was
definitely.
doing.
But you know what though? My backpack was empty. You know, I took pride.
And that's
You know, I took pride in those type of things. Like, you know what? Parent conferences don't have anybody up here representing me. You know, don't have a father. You know, I had recently tried to reach out to my alleged father, the gentleman that I'm named after. You know,
alleged father.
yeah, I that's what I have to call it. I don't have any proof. It haven't been proven. We haven't went to Mari yet. But
Respect.
back in 2008, I reached out to him after my grandmother died, and I said, you know what? Hey, I have children now. You know, I wanted my mother and, you know, the kid's grandfather to be in their lives, you know, just to add something to the dynamics of the family that what we was trying to do. And I got him on the phone, and I asked him where he lived. He told me he lived in Pomona. And when I talked to him, I said, you know what? Maybe me and the kids can come out, pick you up, and go to the park. And he was like, okay, well, you know, I don't have an address. I'm like, well, where you live? He like, I live at work. And I'm like, where's work? He like, at a construction site. I said, so what do you do there? He said, I'm a security guard. I said, well, I'm going to just call you, and, you know, we'll pick you up, go to the park, have some ice cream, hang out with the kids. You know, Friday comes, the phone number is disconnected, you know, and then I called my older sister, and she like, oh, yeah, I talk to Dad all the time. And I'm like, wow, like, can you tell him I'm trying to reach him? And she's like, let me call and see if he want me to give you his number.
Wow.
And she called him, and unfortunately, I didn't get the number. So, you know, that was something I didn't want to, you
How
know.
old were you?
At that time, I had to be about 25.
Was that a
24.
hurtful thing though? Did that hurt you, or you
You
just
know
like
what?
you ain't seen him in so damn long? You just brushed that shit.
Disrespect.
Hey, we got
Disrespect.
no. He played some Lawrence Welk music. Y'all don't know who that is. Y'all too young for that.
You know what? It didn't hurt me.
Uh-huh.
It didn't hurt me. You know, I was numb to it. You know, my
Right, that's
granny
why-
had
that's why
died.
right.
You know, my granny had died. I was actually trying to add some flavor for them, for
Right.
the youngsters.
Hey,
You know, I was already raised up. You know,
Right.
That's why it's in the age.
yeah.
right. I got a client that I'm not gonna say his name, but he just recently he was having that same situation with his dad, and he found out some things that he thought his dad was not in his life, man. But he talked to his dad, and his dad was kind of running because he wasn't there. But he talked to his dad and he said, "Man, my dad knew where I lived. My dad used to come see me when I was little, but I just don't remember." He remember his dad told him everything that was going on with him, and fast forward to now, the dad, he was going to pay for his dad ticket to come out here for him to meet his grandbabies and them to hang out. But the dad, he said, dad paid for a ticket and came out, and they had that meeting, man, and just cleared a lot of stuff up, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a positive part.
A wonderful reunion.
Yeah,
with that being said, gentlemen, we need to go into a commercial.
Well, damn.
Listen, it's getting serious out here, meaning the rent is too damn high. Working class people, young families, veterans, seniors, recent grads, and maybe you are struggling to pay this crazy high rent. Do you have a plan? Are you fed up looking for a solution? Well, each week tune in to The Rent Report with Cal Johnson of freerent.org to discuss and learn your options, strategies, and most important, get a solution. Right here each week on Beacon Radio. Also visit our website at freerent.org.
Live.
Hey y'all, we back. Sorry for that interruption. We got to get the commercials in.
That wasn't an interruption. That was a paid
paid
commercial.
advertisement,
Hell,
man.
paid
You know what I'm
advertisement.
saying?
Thank you for that. Yeah, we can't do it without you. The brother, baby. Shit,
man.
Hey, where were we?
We were talking about fathers.
I thought
and-
Dr. Thrill was finna say
Trill,
something.
So listen,
Trill.
no, I was just
Trill
talking
with
about,
Dr.
like,
Trill.
so one thing that I
Trill.
think is being left out of here is the grass is greener syndrome, right?
Okay.
Oh man.
So I didn't have a father either. My father passed when I was 9, but he didn't get murdered. He murdered him like he self-inflicted. Like this brother had a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
But the way he ate, the way he dealt with himself, it just like it was just not in his.
Yeah, he checked out on his own.
Bruh.
Yeah.
My name was my father was 35 and had
Wow.
a massive heart attack. Bruh.
Was he heavy?
I was about to ask the same shit.
Listen, I'm 6'3". He was 6'3", but 200 pounds more than me.
Wow.
Damn.
Bruh. It's just
Wow.
like, so that kind of situation, I think that's the only reason I am it might play a part in the reason why I'm very health conscious. But other than that, I don't really know much about my father.
Yeah.
But my mom provided, I grew up in Inglewood, and she provided a lifestyle that I didn't have to know the stuff that I knew.
Right.
But my coaches, like I said, when we go back to Pop Warner, all of my coaches was from IFG. I knew all of the hood shit from them niggas, right?
Yeah.
Then from riding the bus home and going past Market Street, knowing that you had to change your shoes before you got to Inglewood High School, this is just little stuff you picked up.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Then my big homie was from Swans down here because I used to catch the bus from here all the way down to the spot. My first job was called Kedron, and I was on Manchester and Avalon.
Man.
So I caught the bus from, I went through it, nigga. So I was connected a lot with a lot of Bloods, but the thing is, what got me past was talent. I was always musically talented.
Yeah.
And all of them wanted to see me, everybody wanted to see me succeed and be able to do something bigger than what I was doing, which was marching band and drumline and all that stuff I was doing when I was very young. But the fatherly thing, even though I didn't have to be a part of that, the grass is greener no matter what situation you in. That's why we see a lot of situations where kids that are very well off, very taken care of, got both parents, and they still hood. They still in the block, still on the block, still in the jail, still because they want to do. That's why we see a Soulja Boy or a Chris Brown who got millions of dollars when they was 16, but them fools is both claiming blood.
Man.
Claiming. You said it right.
Bro,
niggas just brainwashed. They brainwashed
nigga,
themselves.
you know what
man.
happened? I could give you the whole breakdown of how it even started. It all goes back. But I'm going to give you a breakdown of how that even started when we get off air.
Okay.
But listen,
I want to hear that shit.
Bro, it's real. So
nigga
this is the
super
crazy
Sue
thing,
whooping.
bro. It's the Sue is so real to them, and they don't have to go down that road.
Brainwashed.
They don't have to. They don't have to have that experience. But the thing is, the same reason why, men like us have grown up and we really wish that we did have a full family and a father that was there to teach us. Niggas that did have that did get popular. They wish, man, I wish I was on the block.
Right.
I wish I knew what it was like when they.
That Cosby shit was straight fiction.
Bro, it's so real, bro. It's
It was to
real.
me.
They want to know what it's like. They want to
Bill
be
Cosby
because
show?
niggas like us don't
I didn't-
respect
Got a
niggas that
handful
had
of
a
them
silver
motherfuckers
spoon in their
out
mouth.
there. Handful of them out there.
Niggas like us don't respect a silver spoon. You
No.
know what I'm saying? Niggas that came from what we came from, we ain't looking at Chris Brown like what?
Nigga, please.
But they want that same respect that you give to your, you know what I'm saying? And they gain that same respect and gain that same type of persona from who they grown with.
Right.
So that's how that goes. But whatever.
You know what? It's yeah.
What you send the music to?
I want y'all to have a little bit more, Mr. Gravy. Why don't you really introduce Jado? Let people know who he
damn.
is. You know what I'm saying? He's in here dropping these wisdoms and knowledge, and really doing really good on this mic.
Oh,
But
it's with a
we
K,
have
it's
a
with a K.
well-known producer in the house. I'm gonna let Mr. Gravy tell you more about my
Mr.
brother
Grady.
Jado.
Yeah, this man, Jado,
Damn.
he is a part of the conglomerate.
Uh-oh.
He is a songwriter,
Uh-oh.
producer.
Uh-oh.
He has so many hits that he has written
Man.
that is a damn shame that I didn't even know that he written all
Thunderclap.
these songs till I start watching his IG
She
post.
beat the roof up.
So, Jado, man, can you just
So
just tell a little bit about yourself, man.
Let's
Let
talk
these
about
people
it,
know, man.
So dude was like one of the first people that really seen, talent and was like, yo, I'm going to do whatever I can do from
Man.
where I'm at and make it happen, right?
Man.
So, because like I was saying, it was a lot of people that had recognized it,
Man.
but either they weren't in a situation or the opportunity where the opportunity would come across what they were investing in, or they just didn't have it in their mind that they could do it. Doobie was the first now. So I came from there, went through that. That's where I first started. Dude, LD Gravy. I'm saying Gravy. I'm saying Gravy the wrong. I'm saying the wrong name.
He sound like me,
Gravy
huh?
was the first one that
LD
made
Gravy.
some moves and say, "Yo, this is how we gonna move."
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Now that was where I first started doing any type of rap at all. You know what I'm saying? I was just making beats before that. Then I'd say, maybe 8 years later
Man.
is when I really got my first break songwriting, and I wrote a song called "Damage" for Danny Kane,
Man.
and then that's when I realized, I can make money.
Danny
That
D.
was-
Kane and who were
That's one
they?
of my
Who were they
favorites.
They were
with?
signed to Bad Boy, with
Oh,
signed
yeah.
Diddy, and
They was on
know,
that TV show, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but making the band.
Making the band.
And then so he had every songwriter across the world on the show trying to fight for the single.
Man.
And here I am. That was probably like my first 30 songs I ever wrote,
Wow.
And
Man.
I was the one that ended up, making it happen. So
Oh, yeah.
that's when I realized songwriting can make you a decent living. So I delve all the way into songwriting and producing, and then from there I ended up writing for Jamie Foxx, Ariana Grande, Tyrese, J-Lo, Ashanti, Usher.
So
how
how did you meet Busta? How did that whole
So
situation
I was writing for Jamie Foxx, and Fox was like, he had to go do a hook for Busta. He ended up going to do the hook for Busta, and he didn't like it. And he told Busta, I got this dude. I'm going to call him. Called me there. Me and my partner at the time, Lonnie Burrell, we went in there and wrote it, and so Busta was like, yo, you got to come back. I ended up writing hooks for Busta for like 5-6 months without him even asking or knowing that I did my own music.
Yeah.
Eventually, he asked if I did my own music, and that's where the whole situation came from. That he was like, yo, well, let me hear it, and he heard it the first time, and the next thing you know, it just turned into a situation. But, and before that, it was just, just figuring it out the same way we figure it out all the time. And even when you get that kind of cosign, you still need to figure it out.
So
Because
that's a clear case that dreams do come true if you work
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
But I'm gonna take you back. I want to know. Do you remember the feeling being on stage in Little Rock, Arkansas?
man,
Because
so
was that your first big show?
that was my very first big show. That was my first time being in front of a crowd of that size. That was my first time being out of California, specifically Los Angeles, specifically Inglewood. First time being out of the whole anything, especially derived from any music I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely the biggest thing. And I do remember that because I busted my lip on stage.
You must have.
Word, bro. I was on stage and I was trying to rap and somebody hit the mic and it bumped back into my mouth and it was like I had a bloody mouth. But I, didn't stop the verse. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
it was crazy.
That shit was
We did
fun.
it. That was crazy, but we had a good time, man. That was
Great
my first
time.
time moving out of the city doing any type of rap. That was dope.
Nah, that's dope. That project was we got next.
Yeah, we do.
yeah, I like that mixtape.
That
I like that
project
good.
we
tape.
got next, man.
That was one of my favorite
Did-
tapes.
Dr. Phil, what you got over there?
Man, you know
Dr.
what?
Feel
I'm
Good.
just up in here, man. Yeah, hey, don't start nothing because I have you do a cut for me. I'm always looking for an artist to do a cut, and I know you retired. You
know.
put your career on hold to,
You know
to
I
be a
would.
dad, which is really what I
Respect.
wanted to get into
Hey,
because
wrote and sing
we,
too,
we,
man.
we went past that.
Songwriter.
So now let's talk a little bit about that in regards to you
Oh,
putting your
man.
whole music career. You stopped it, you put it on hold, or whatever it was. Just tell us about that.
Man, you know what? Actually, it was complications within the relationship, and of course, I wasn't really. I was pretty much stagnant in the area of recording and writing music because of the issues I was having in the family. It was ultimatums placed on the line for me. Family or do music, and I chose the latter. I chose the latter. And I wanted to be there and support the family. I was raised on the principles, happy wife, happy life, things like that. So music had to be compromised.
How old are you now?
32.
How old were you when we did that photo shoot?
When we did
'Cause I
that
shot
photo
this
shoot,
dude when he was blowing. This dude
Oh,
had
yeah.
some hits.
As you should.
He had some hits that
As you
the
should.
world should have heard.
You know what?
When we did that photo shoot, how old was
Man.
He was right.
A young boy.
Like,
he? 19?
Well, yeah, it
he
started
was
before
right
that.
5 years before that.
Well,
No, I
before
know.
that, because me and Keys,
Yeah, Keys
Jado
Lowe.
had actually produced the track for us.
Damn, man.
You know
This
what
is
I'm
crazy.
saying?
That's
Real
crazy.
Jado,
history.
Yeah, real history right here.
Man.
Jado did the first track.
Yup.
Gravy put us in the studio. We got
Duh.
in the studio and we recorded
Kaz did the photo
Quit
shoot.
Playing Games.
True.
Remember
That
Quit
boy
Playing
had
Games?
vision.
Because we was too young. We was 14 and
Yeah.
12. So when they got ready to go to Arkansas, we couldn't go.
Yeah.
And we didn't make the cut. We didn't finish our song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember that. I remember that.
Man.
I remember that though.
Gravy told us to go back and study the ad-libs.
And start over and
yeah,
try
start
again.
back over. So
I remember that.
we was
As he
just hanging
should.
out in the studio waiting on
Nah,
our
do you
turn.
remember when you young niggas clowned me when I told y'all I toured with the Fat Boys? They
Yep.
all laughed at me. At the
Yeah,
Oh,
I was like,
man.
man, there's no time. What you talking about? The
Man.
Fat Boys.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how we felt. But listen, bruh. The crazy shit about music, especially now, is everything can live forever now because
Right,
we
yeah.
have streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Before, at that time, we didn't have nothing, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
couldn't resonate with that. But now
Oh,
you can be
yeah.
like, yo, I tour with Mystical, and you be like, who's Mystical? Yeah, bam.
Exactly.
Pull it right up, play this right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
And that's how you get that. That's how things live much longer now. And these niggas get to tour for much longer now because
Oh,
of
yeah.
streaming.
So I think what Jado was saying, bro, now you should do a new project.
True.
We're gonna produce it. We
True.
can do photos.
Man.
We can shoot a video.
Why
got
not?
all-
We
and
got
then
everything
put it out
right here.
yourself.
We
Man.
got it all right
Man,
here.
put it out
You right.
yourself, man.
Yeah,
You're right.
you don't need nothing no more but the people with you. That's and one of my favorite books that I've been diving into a lot lately. They say everything you need is within 3 people
Oh,
of you right
man.
now.
Wow.
Everything that you're trying to do is
Wow.
within 3 people, but we have
That's
the
deep.
ego that stops us from being like, yo,
Wow, that's deep.
bro, help me do this. This is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do. Yo,
Yeah,
Cass, this is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these pictures, man. What you think?
Oh, yeah.
The ego stops us from doing that, but everything we want is within 3 people.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What's the
And-
name
and-
of that book?
By Marianne Williamson, A Return of Love. A return to love will change everybody's life in
A
here.
return to love.
A return to love. And the thing, bro, it's the dog. It changed everything. As soon as I read that, when I read it and I listened to it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like
Well,
I
I'm
missed
on
some
that.
stuff. Bro,
But
a return to love.
You know what though? I've tried to run from music so much, and it's crazy how everybody was in the same circle. Like D had put us on early at a young age, and then as I gotten older and things like that, I started to work with producer 9-7, who was actually like a protege of Jado. You know, he liked Jado music, and he was learning under him. And then I started writing with Rob Howard.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? So I was actually calling these people. I was texting Jado, texting James, Fontley Roy.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know, I'm about to go right.
You know,
Fontley
he's
Roy.
still right here in Inglewood, too.
Yeah. You know, I'm texting these dudes like, yo, I'm about to go meet up with Rob Howard. You know, they at Babyface Studio.
Yep.
Got up in there, started writing with Jack. And then I'm asking these people, like, you know, I'm asking Jade, I'm asking James, like, man, are these people cool? Are they straight? You know, and I started developing different relationships and still trying to run from the music. Then I got with Cam. You know, he was with the Futuristics and started doing some, like, writing, trying to pitch it to Ray J and things like that. It was so many songs getting stolen. You know, it was between
Some of
that
your
and
music got
family.
stolen?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, some of my.
I'm about to say, yeah, of course. You can't be. Listen, that's
One of my
a part
first-
of it, bro. You
Yeah, one
can't
of my
be
first.
good and not
yeah.
get stolen.
Oh yeah.
Remember that first one?
Absolutely. We
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
up on that nigga too. I remember that.
Oh yeah, definitely. They get stolen for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
Bro, man,
you know,
dude,
one of my first
with it.
radio jingles got stolen, man.
Man.
Dude went to Atlanta with $6,000, man.
Somebody
Wow.
stole this
You know.
dude beat and gave it to. Can I say
Be
it?
legit.
Be legit.
Yeah.
Oh.
To E40 brother.
Right.
And use this dude name.
No.
And I'm like, he's like, dude, this dude, Mr. Grape, this dude stole,
Hey.
this dude stole my. I said, what?
Man, we pulled up. This fool dude was like, man, come through. I pulled up a dude, hopped in the whip with him. We went right over there. Dog, this nigga dude was not trying to hear nothing.
Nothing.
Gravy was with all of it.
Gravy came
I
with that
respect
bread.
it.
I said,
Oh,
check
yeah.
this out, man. We be
Gravy
back.
beast.
We be back. I'll be back in 1 hour, man, for that bread.
You better
Best
have
believe you better have
everything.
every penny of that. That shit
And
was
we
in the
be
envelope.
right.
Was it in the
Yep,
envelope?
it
An
was
envelope
there.
ready?
Right.
These a
Respect.
different guy when it
These
come to
a
recording
different
music, man.
dude.
When it came to music, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, man.
Respect.
Perfectionist.
Respect.
He
So
hear
listen,
every sound.
So guys, this is
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do.
his
This
ear-
is this
his
is
ear is incredible.
yeah. You
What you
do.
got? What you
This
got
is what
for
I'm
you?
about to
Some
bring
music
to
for
y'all real quick. So the crazy thing about this podcast, we was talking about fatherhood.
Oh, yeah.
And talking about you know, how to keep your relationship, you know, strong with the kid, and you know, subsequently with the mother.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And and for me to do that, I got to take the kid to school in the morning, so I'm gonna have to leave.
Oh yeah, you right about that. You right
I
about
gotta
that.
get- he
Well,
got
before
to-
you go, we
Yeah.
gotta do something simple.
Man, we
We gotta
Why
keep
not?
our
Coming,
parental.
man.
We
Why
gotta keep
not?
our.
Some simple like
Yeah, our
I was over here messing with this
guidelines.
thing.
Yeah.
So I know we got 6 minutes before we go.
Okay.
But now
Let's
now
get some Jado music.
you know.
Well, I mean, let me introduce it. If that's what we gonna do.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
So this
that's
what's going on now. Oh damn, Jesse.
Come through, come.
Oh,
Listen, so this is what I'm doing.
All right.
I had to make a move, make a switch, and I've decided to make my own lane, which is called Festival Music. Festival Music is if you can't fist pump to it, then I ain't even doing it no more. Absolutely, you have
Come
to be
on,
able
brother.
to see it on every festival stage. And at
Oh,
this
man.
point of life, we are only at festivals. There's no more. I'm trying to go see this person's concert or that person's concert. It's like everybody better do either, or I'm not going. So
Right.
the style of music that I'm making is all happiness, it's all fun, and it's all a good time. And that's where you get this joint right here. It's called Laser Beam. It's featuring one of your favorites, and you know we'll see if anybody can pick him out when you do the hook thing.
All right.
Come through. Your homegirl could come too.
Damn.
Let's kick it like kung fu. Do everything you want to. I like how that dress fit. Chill champagne and Netflix. Chocolate girl that Nesquik. I eat those for breakfast. Can't predict the lifestyle. No. We are the party right now. Music up and lights down. Gourmet meals on flights now. Where you going with them pump pumps? Tryna put you on my Spend a whole night like Spend a whole night like yeah.
Do me a favor, come see me later. We can do anything under the laser. We can la 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 la. Yeah, she say girl, don't stop.
Bruno Mars?
His name is Lucky Day.
Oh, I
He
thought
just
that was-
came out and he's like the newest thing that's happening in R&B music. So
Okay, Lucky Day.
search him out on your way home. That's the greatest thing about streaming.
I don't have no schedule. Up all night off Red Bull.
Y'all shot the
She
video to
texts
this
me, I miss you. That girl got some issues. I misplaced my feelings. I'm focused on millions. Let's hook up and stay friends. Live life like vacation.
Do me a favor and see me later. We can do anything under the laser. We can la 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 la. She say blah 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 blah. Bring that na na na. Shake it, girl, don't stop.
Huh? Nah. Actually, Lucky brought the beat. All of it has to be there. Super. Because that's the thing that the crazy thing is why we got all the different people in hip hop. I can be on this thing.
Come on. Oh, baby, I know you. Whatever you want to do. We over here, baby.
Right.
Underneath the laser, baby.
Yeah, all over the world.
Come on.
Yeah.
Rain.
You did it too.
Laser, just rain. Rain on me. Laser, man.
Don't stop.
I mean,
Everybody, we the brothers.
Yeah,
We
that
thank
ain't out
y'all
yet.
for coming out and checking us out on Labor Day, man. Y'all tuned in
Damn.
on Labor
On
Day.
Labor
Man,
Day.
yeah.
Yes,
Where
Lord.
the food at?
Anybody
Man,
got
I ain't
any
got no
leftover plates? Y'all can send them to Beacon Radio.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't send them here because y'all leaving.
Yeah, I'm about to leave.
Yes,
Hold up,
sir.
But before we go, we heard Ro spit some freestyle.
True.
We heard J-Do with the new hot
Damn.
Fist
Yeah, fist pump.
taking over 2020.
Damn.
Now I'm gonna let y'all hear. Ro gonna take us out with a little acapella real quick. Show y'all
What?
how to go too.
That's how we
Ooh,
doing
it's
it.
on the spot.
Yeah. And then
What
we
you
gonna-
need?
And we're not gonna come back. Ro gonna take us home.
We going
I'm just-
home?
I'm just letting y'all know. The next show, the topic is.
What is it?
The topic is, Dr. Phil.
Does the glove fit?
Does the
Does the
glove
glove
fit?
have to fit?
No.
Does the glove fit?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
as far as we're concerned, it have to fit.
Okay, so basically, this is the mirror reflection of ladies when we ask you,
Does the
does
glove
size matter? So now the question for the guys out there that's listening, we want you to tell the ladies,
Does the glove fit? If it don't fit, you must have quit.
Do the glove fit? Man.
yeah, does the size of the
Does it
glove
matter? Does the glove
Does the
matter though?
size
Does
of
the glove matter?
If the
We had, to
glove,
have, we had to have another
If the
person that's
glove
off
fit.
the air to tell us what the topic was. Thank you very much, young lady.
topic again?
The
Does
topic
the glove
is,
matter?
does the size of the glove matter?
You know what? The size
Okay,
of the
so
glove
y'all-
Tightness.
definitely matter.
No, does the tightness of the glove matter?
The
Well, I
tightness
tell you what.
That's it. Does the tightness of the glove matter?
Y'all remember that.
Yeah, does the tightness of the glove matter?
Yeah, let's stop.
Bro,
it.
take us
I'm
out,
about
man.
Y'all gonna get me started.
Y'all got me thinking about the glove now.
As you should, brother. No, you better stop thinking about the glove
Man.
before you be back in here talking about the next one.
Oh yeah. You know what? All right, I'll take you out. She's everything I need and more. The kind of girl that makes you sing when she walk through the door. And even though she stands alone, her looks alone would set the mood and put me fast asleep. Yeah. But lately I've been thinking, can she be the one? Or just a one night fling? My love is yet to come. I think I found the one I love. And she does everything for us. And every feature on her is wonderful. Yeah. She's everything a man can need in his life to be his wifey. And every feature on her is beautiful to me.
Yo.
Beak on radio. Beacon.
Be gone. Be
Yo.
gone.
Big gone. All right, Ro. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. The
Sure.
brothers is out of
So,
here.
ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the brothers for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We will
And y'all
catch
got
y'all
some good
not
Edison,
this
too.
Monday,
My phone charger.
but we will catch y'all the following Monday. So we want to thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all go on and have a blessed and beautiful night.
If you love me, I'ma love you back. If you love me, let me love you back. If you love me, I'ma love you back. You want the feeling, you know where it's at. Give it to me, I'll give it right back. There's plenty of me, I know you like that. Love me, I'ma love you back. If you love me, let me love you back. I'm the type of woman that can see right through your pettiness. The bank account and your card and your gold chain so irrelevant. Just be straight out with me, and I'll be down for you. It's a two-way street. You see me and I see you. Let me love you long time. Put this body on your mind. Put it on you so bad, make you get a wash right. Seems like you're ready, like you're rockin' steady. Oh baby, if you love me, I'ma love you back. If you love me, let me love you back. If you love me, I'ma love you back. You want the feeling, you know where it's at. Give it to me, I'll give it right back. There's plenty of me, I know you like that. Love me, I'ma love you back. If you love me, let me love you back. You're the type of dude that can see right through my stubbornness. You like a little attitude, getting mouse game. Now I got you loving it. Now I got you loving it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can beat it, gotta like the music. You almost got it. There you go. Climb to the tip top, lose control. Let me love you long time. Put this body on your mind. Put it on you so bad, make you get a wash right. Seems like you're ready, like you're rockin' steady. Oh baby, if you love me, I'ma love you back. If you love me, let me love you back. If you love me, I'ma love you back. You want the feeling, you know